横浜タイヤのアイスガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガード7にしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。 モティー。
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガード7にしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。 モティー。
brightness. Called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the main event here for Round 5 of the G-Shock presents Formula Drift Japan 2021 series here at the Okayama International Circuit in Okayama Prefecture. We have 16 beautiful cars, but before we get into this driver's intro, could I have everybody please stand, take off your hats for the Japanese national anthem.
皆様、国歌斉唱です。ご起立、ご脱帽ください。皆様ありがとうございました。
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce these top 16 drivers for today and the battles that they'll be facing.
Yeah, all 16 drivers have fought through a hard-fought battle earlier today through the top 32. So let's go ahead and start from all the way to the left. There is the 2020 FD Japan champion and also the #1 qualifier for this event. He is driving the Team Weld JZX 100 Mark II, car number 8, Koichi Yamashita, the champ.
Going against him, tasting podium in Sugo and ready to taste podium again here in Okayama is going to be with Team Orange Jr. in the JZX 100 Chaser, number 57, Kanta Yanaguira.
And the second battle for the top 16, it's the Hiroshima Toyota Team Droopy ZN686 with the 1GR Turbo. He is car number 33, Junya Ishikawa.
This next vehicle coming up, his team fought for everything to make him be here. A lot of pressure on his shoulder with Team Cusco Racing in the A90 Super number 770, Yusuke Kusaba.
And he is the winner from the Okuibuki round, the Tour V specialist, driving the Heyman TM Labo Silent Tire JZX 90 Mark II, car number 90, Shinji Minowa.
Going against him, doing a phenomenal job this whole weekend in his JZX 100 Chaser in the Team Hirano, Team Uemura's Sangyo IAS, number 41, Shinichi Uemura.
The very, very aggressive, exciting driver. Definitely the fan favorite here. Go Brazil, Side X Japan with sideways experience. S15 Sylvia, driven by car number 555, Yukio Fausto.
Going against him has that style with his AE85 Terreno, coming from Hiroshima Toyota, Team Droopy, number 99, Kazuya Matsukawa.
And this is also a fan favorite vehicle. It's a JZA80 Supra. Car Guy Racing. He is car number 125, ranking second in qualifying yesterday. Yoshihiko Tamagawa.
In the perfect style with good ride, money green looking S15. He's ready to make it rain, number 19, Yuchi Amagai.
It's bad and it's loud. It's got a 4-rotor twin turbo beast motor built by LB Racing. It's the S15 Silvia, driven by car number 4, Tetsuya Hibino.
The competitor may not have a 4-rotor, but he's in the Good Ride Works Nasty 2J under the hood S15, number 61, Kazuki Hayashi.
So this is a very sleek looking BMW E92 with the 1GR twin turbo, TMS Racing, Team Silent Tire, young driver, upcoming number 36, Kazumi Takahashi.
Competing against him, he's debuting his vehicle and coming out for his first round this season in the Speedster Racing with Team Orange in the Fairlady Z, number 515, Nobushige Kumakubo.
The last battle of the top 16, he's a wild child driving the V-Style Good Ride with Tetsujin JZX 100 Chaser, car number 5, Tomoki Tanaka.
And this man's been behind the wheel longer than most of these drivers out here with Team Mori S15, number 64, Yoshimi Mori.
So these are the top 16 drivers that went through that hard-fought battle at top 32. Now I'm pretty sure they're going to show us some crazy battles and some intense tandeming. It's going to be really, really exciting. I can't wait to see.
Exactly, and you can see the dynamic of the weather right now. The sun's starting to shine. You see the reflection off their vehicles. That's definitely going to create some difficulties out here whenever they make these smoke show with the tandem battles.
All right, so let's see them go out there and battle each other, see who's going to come on top this weekend. 選手の皆様、熱い走りの準備をよろしく!
Drivers, let's go ahead and get this party started and show these fans what they want to see is a crazy tandem battle. So let's get this party started. So as these drivers are getting squared away, driving off, you can see right there, there's the champ himself starting the lineup, rolling through. Right there's outer zone 3. That's a pretty dangerous spot. It's been a hot spot all weekend long. So,
oh yeah, and I'd have to say it's deadly too, because I saw a few cars go into that wall yesterday, so you got to be really, really careful around there. Yeah, you hear all the popping and the popcorn makers out here, you know.
There you go.
With the anti-lag and everything. Very exciting.
What was exciting, though, is, ooh, there you go.
Pretty sure you heard that. It's a 4-rotor.
Yeah, exactly. 4-rotor twin turbo.
Yeah.
But if you missed it, our halftime show we had was a Lambo. Liberty Walks Lambo came out here, and, you know, beautiful driving. Beautiful driving.
Taniguchi just hopped in it and just said, okay, I'll do a few laps. And gave us some ideas about, you know, maybe we could run this course backwards next year.
It was pretty exciting because right here in front of the fans, he came whipping around Outer Zone 3 and Outer Zone 2 and just a smoke show for this fan base. But yeah, as for fan base, thank you all for coming out. Beautiful weather. We couldn't ask for better weather. If you've been watching us all season long, we've been fighting weather all year long.
Yeah, it's been kind of miserable.
And to have fans out here and have this beautiful weather, it's awesome.
And it's just so nice to have you guys back because you know, this COVID is messing everything up. But before we start the show, let's go ahead and take a short break.
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, bounty.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブ 横浜やる
革新のカーボンベゼル Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Moti. The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
'16 driver intro here for the round 5 of the G-SHOCK Presents Formula Drift Japan 2021 series in Okayama International Circuit in the Okayama Prefecture. I'm going to be your host, Kenny Harris. Alongside me is going to be Robbie Nishida.
Hey, 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 how you guys doing? And welcome back. Thanks for coming back to check us out here for the competition we're about to get started. It's going to be intense.
Really intense, and we have beautiful skies. The weather is working in our favor, so we're happy for that. And we got this nice little shade piece from our wing trailer over here. But let's go ahead and see, since we have the camera down at the end, you got Yoshimi Mori right there. He's one of the other judges. He's waving.
There you go. So to the right, you got Tom Saiba. Next to Tom is Nob Taniguchi, race car driver, and also Yoichi Mamura, one of our judges, and also a commentator for the FD Japanese side of the live stream.
Yeah, so if you want to see it in Japanese, go to the Formula Drift Japan YouTube page, and you'll see them right there live, ready to go. But look at that crowd we have today.
Yeah, that's nice. We finally are here with an audience, and I'm pretty sure that the drivers are excited too to show off their skills in front of a live audience. Having spectators, this is just a good feeling, you know?
Exactly. And then you guys can see, I mean, yes, it's not, to us it's a lot, but that's because we had limited ticket sales. So that's huge for us to have spectators out here. Things are getting a little better, but we still do have our COVID restrictions that are going on, especially since you saw the plexiglass between me and Robbie. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we took the mask off so you guys can hear us this time, because I know it's been muffled the last few events.
All right, so looking at the beautiful sky and also the live audience we also have Gary McQueen here, which is sitting next to me. He's not going to be on screen, but he is going to be punching in because let me go ahead and introduce you to the third judge, which is way across this big pond, Ryan Lantain. He is remote judging for us. There you are.
There he is.
Hey, Ryan.
What's up?
We miss you. And I miss going to the States as well. See, we're man enough to say that, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know. He must be in a crazy time zone right now. It's probably like super late.
Well, let's
at
see.
night
It's
or
probably
something.
midnight-ish.
Yeah, it's probably midnight. Yeah, then
So,
he's
yeah.
going to have to stick around for the next 2-3 hours.
Exactly. So he's
And-
going to
and
tough
thank-
it out for us.
Thank you to all of y'all who are here.
On the live, yeah, exactly.
Watching the live stream from all over the world, and I'm pretty sure you know we're across the globe. This is a great feeling to have everybody on board. Also, shout out to the Formula Drift USA guys, Ryan Sage, Kevin Wells. They usually come out here to the FD Japan events, but it's been almost 2 years since they haven't been here because the whole COVID situation. And, you know, since Sage was usually the one that's doing the commentating, now he's not here, and Kenny actually took his place for now.
I'm just the filler, but yeah, I have yet to meet them all. I'm excited to meet them when they can come back into the country and hang out and have a good time and come out here and enjoy this crowd and enjoy this crazy drifting we're about to see.
Yeah, I know, and the weird times we have right now. We're staying in the lodging that they have here within the premises of Okayama circuit, and it's not like we get to go out to eat. We don't get to, have a barbecue or have all that fun stuff that we usually did before. So in between the rounds, yes, it's kind of, I'm not going to say it's boring, but it is strict, but we try to keep it as safe as possible, and hopefully one of these days, all that's going to be lifted, and we can do pretty much whatever we want, and also have a good time, and also keep it professional, have a great event, and we do have spectators, but we have everything closed off where we have no contact with them. We don't get to.
Yeah, we're
really,
separated them pretty much, but we also have vendor booths out there for them. So definitely, if you're out here and you're watching the live stream, go ahead and go check that out.
Yeah,
go
they
check
got
the vendors
shaved
out. Give us
ice.
a look.
They got some takoyakis. They got some burgers. They got all kinds of goodies out there.
But I mean, our biggest fan base right now is probably the guys online, obviously listening to us. So yeah, I want to just give some of these shout outs to these people. I mean, we're reading everything you guys are writing, so we see where you guys are from. We have Illinois, New Zealand, we have Florida, we have Brazil, Philippines. It's all over the world. People are watching us.
Thank you for joining us. And you know what? If you want to eat some takoyaki or some shaved ice, you might have to.
Look up the recipe online.
Yeah, you might have to look up the recipe, or you could Uber Eats.
I don't think they go cross globally.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you could try it.
Well, there might be something nearby. You never know.
Call it Global Eats.
Yeah, Global Eats. There you go.
There's
I ordered ice cream. It's all melted.
There's a picture of the pits right there. Ready to fire up and get this top 16 battle started.
Yeah, so for the whole weekend, we had the FDJ2 stuff, the event first. We had like 45 vehicles, and the 32 cars qualified, and now we're down to 16. Who is going to be on top of everybody? Is it going to be this guy? Because he is the the points leader of the championship currently for FD Japan. This is the champ, Koichi Yamashita, car number 8. He also was the series champion from last year.
I want to say he's sitting at 321 after his qualifying run yesterday. So he's got almost a little over about 100-point gap between him and the second place individual, which is Tetsuya Hibino. But right there at the line, going against him is Kanta Yanaguida. Kanta Yanaguida brought this JZX 100 Chaser out for the first time 2 rounds ago at Sugo. Didn't make it to last round at Okuibuke, but 2 rounds ago, he took the podium. He took first place, walked away with a trophy. First time driving the car, phenomenal job. So I have high anticipation that he's going to do a phenomenal job out here because the layout of this course is high speed just like Sugo, and he handled that car amazingly. So we'll see how he's going to control it going against the champ himself.
Yeah, so Yamashita is a veteran. Like, he's been in this drifting community for a long, long time. He's like 53 years old, and we got Yanaguida. He's like 21 years old.
But yeah, interesting fact though about Yanaguida. Yes, he is with Team Orange Junior. He actually is an employee over there at Ebisu Circuit, which many of y'all know, especially if you're a drift fan out there. That's like the drift mecca of the world.
Yeah, so the next time you, you know, the border's open and everything, you know,
You might
ready
see
to
him
go,
checking
you might see
in.
him. Hey, you might see him at the gate when you're entering. But here we go, first battle, top 16.
Yamashita in the lead, Yanaguida in the chase. Looks like Yanaguida's trying to close this proximity right here in the outer zone 1. There it is right there, closing it tight, but oh, looks like Yamashita kind of throttled down hard right there in outer zone 1. Not sure what happened. Coming into the touch and go through outer zone 3 here, and Yanaguida, look at that, closing that proximity, keeping it nice and close and having full control of his car.
All right, I'd have to say Yanaguida was slightly shallow on the angle throughout the track when he was following Yamashita, but I would have to say Yamashita made a major mistake at entry. He looked like he washed out. He went in a little too fast, a little bit too much heat, and this kind of kills the momentum for the chase car as well. But Yanaguida kind of played it off pretty good, and right here there was a slight gap created, or Yamashita was trying to create, so Yanaguida is kind of hanging on. And right through there, looks like Yanaguida does not have as much angle as the lead car, but at the same time, he has good proximity between the cars. So good job by both drivers, minus the entry. At the entry.
But hey,
that might be something big, depending on how this second run goes between these cars.
That was a heck of a first run for this top 16 battle. That just has given us a little taste of what we're going to expect for the rest of the time running to the podium. So yeah, beautiful job. Like you said, Yanaguida had to make a little bit of adjustments, and he lost a little bit of his angle, but he was trying to keep this a true tandem battle door to door and keep this action going. So here it is. The tables are turned now. Yanaguida is in the lead position while Yamashita is going to be on the chase. We'll see here how Yanaguida is going to approach outer zone 1 and if Yamashita can mimic him and keep that nice proximity.
Yeah, so we do heavily watch how the lead car runs and how the chase car chases. And when they turn around, we're going to see the other car do the same. And we compare the both, lead to lead, chase to chase. So here we go.
Here comes Yanaguida right there. But look at that, Yamashita closing it in right there. Yanaguida, nice, right on the fine edge of outer zone 1, carrying it all the way through the touch and go. Beautiful job in the lead. But look at that, Yamashita doing what he does best, keeping that close proximity and showing us the game changer right here. And it looks like there was a little bit of contact coming through that transition point. But from the naked eye, I couldn't tell from this angle.
All right, I don't know if something happened to Yanaguida's car coming out of the outside zone 3. Did an amazing job leading because he was doing exactly what he needed to do. Pretty tight on the outside zone 1, nice at the touch and go and outside zone 2. Then this is where Yamashita crept up on them, but it looks like, man, something happened to Yanaguida's car when he was leading. There's the teeth sucking.
Yeah,
right there.
Let's see if we can get a drone footage on that, because definitely, like you said, it looks like Yanaguida had some kind of issues leaving outer zone 1, transitioning through. Here you go right here. Here's the drone footage that they heard me ask for. Here he is coming in right on the fine edge of outer zone 1 right there. But this transition, he carried it all the way through the touch and go and then flicked it back to that outer zone. Swung around.
Oh man, so I don't know if something happened to the car or what. Yeah, I mean, basically he almost lost drift. Teeth sucking.
I know. So they both had their, you know, that was a pretty big mistake by Yanaguida, but at the same time, Yamashita had his own mistake. So Ryan Lontane's going to go with Yamashita, Yoshimi Mori, Yamashita, and Robbie Nishida going with Yamashita. So Koichi Yamashita gets the win and moving on to the Grade 8, our first one to move on to the Grade 8.
Yeah, the champ moves on, but man, Yanaguida put up a heck of a fight with the champion, because I don't even know how it would have went if that didn't happen at outside zone 3.
It would have been definitely a tough call, because if he would have clean sweep that, he had good transition going from outer zone 1 and doing through the touch and go, because that has been the problem throughout the last 3 days.
Exactly.
From practice to everybody else.
Everybody just wants to blow through there like it's a drag race. It's not. We want to see angle. We want to see a lot of throttle, you know, and we want the car speed to be controlled by angle. You know, we want the car to be sideways when it's slowing down, if it needs to be slowed down, going to outside zone 3.
So next up at the line right now, we have Junya Ishikawa in his 8.6 going against Yusuke Kusaba. And like I said before, Yusuke Kusaba, if you viewed in earlier, Team Cusco got this car up and ready this morning, doing a full engine swap from their Cusco 8.6 FDJ2 car. Here they are right here. Ishikawa doing his thing, blazing through outer zone 2 into outer zone 3, riding that wall right there. And look at that, Yusuke Kusaba able to keep that proximity. Oh no, I don't know what happened right there in that transition, but definitely lost that proximity that he carried through outer zone 3.
So Ishikawa looks like he is actually checking off the boxes that he needs to, where he is driving and taking the car to the outside zones. Not all the way out, but very, very close. So I think it's a good enough lead run. But right there, Kusaba looks like he is keeping up with them all the way until he leaves outside zone 3. And this is where he starts, this is where the separation starts. He gets left behind a little bit. Slightly though, by Ishikawa. So now we're going to have to see what Kusaba is going to do when he's leading, and how well Ishikawa is going to adapt and chase down that A90 Supra.
Yeah, and Ishikawa is definitely a very aggressive driver when he's in the chase position. So we're going to see how he's going to perform with Yusuke Kusaba in the lead. I know Kusaba said he was like, with the engine change, everything was kind of like okay, but he looks like he's performing pretty well after that happening. And hats off to his team over there, being able to get that done within a few hours.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And like you said earlier,
some of the teams in the U.S., they're pretty much prepped. And I know like the Steph Papadakis team does like a lot of motor swaps with the 4-cylinder that they have, because, you know, that engine's being used to the, you know, extreme, you know. But
to the max, yeah.
Yeah, but in Japan, you know, doing the motor swap in that short of a time, it doesn't happen that often, you know. So hands down to Team Cusco for taking care of their driver. But let's see how he is going to be leading this beast of a car, 8.6.
So here he is, Kusaba in the lead, Ishikawa in the chase. And like I told you, he is an aggressive driver. Ishikawa is going to keep that proximity. Look at that. That is what we want to see in the top 16. And here he is. See if he can close that gap again. Right here, coming into outer zone 3. Ishikawa right here, right on his door. And swinging it back around to the inside clip. And Kusaba giving him a smoke show to get through.
All right, so there are a fair share of mistakes by both drivers when they are chasing, but I would have to say the proximity that Ishikawa had from the get-go is pretty crazy, because he was like right there knocking on his door. He does tuck behind. It doesn't look like he's going off the track, and he catches right back up right here. But after they're leaving outside zone 3 area, looks like Ishikawa washes out a little bit more than Kusaba, and the angle when he turns back around or does a transition.
You can definitely see how he's trying to...
It's not so much, but yeah, there was a certain amount of attack made by Ishikawa. Very impressive run. And that comes from having a lot of trust in the lead car.
Here's another angle of it all right here. Dipping a tire out right there for Ishikawa, but he was just trying to be aggressive the whole way through that track. And here's a nice overview to see what happened in outer zone 1 for Ishikawa. Door to door coming into the entry of outer zone 1. I don't know if it's he got lost in the smoke. That's what kind of made him kind of bail a little bit early out of outer zone 1, but...
I think it's the speed difference, because if you come in a different angle going into the outside zone and, you know, getting back on throttle, if that position changes a little bit, that could change a whole lot, especially at the beginning of the track.
And here we go. Ryan Lontaine is going to go right to Ishikawa. Yoichi Mamura is going to go one more time, and Robbie Nishida is going to go one more time. So it looks like we're going to have a one more time battle between these two.
I went with the one more time because both of the leads almost similar, and the chase, I think Ishikawa was more aggressive and it was getting close, but he did have the fair share of mistakes. Kusaba wasn't that close, throughout the track. And I think Lantain voted for Ishikawa because of the attack he did, and he sacrificed that to do a good chase run. And I understand that too. I was very, very close to giving it to Ishikawa, but at the same time, I think because both of the lead runs, and it was kind of messy and sloppy in the chase, even though it was exciting, I'd rather go with the one more time. And there's two of us said one more time, so we're going to go with the one more time.
Nice.
But I do understand why Lantain wanted to give it to Ishikawa.
There you go. We're going to see a one more time battle between the two, and that was pretty exciting, especially Ishikawa on his chase. But here we are starting our next battle. It's going to be Shinji Minowa in the lead, while we have Shinichi Uemura in the chase. So JZX90 versus JZX100. I don't know what's going on right here, but Shinji Minowa has definitely taken a huge lead on him, and I'm not sure if he kind of didn't see the light, didn't see the go, but look at this. It looks like there's two different qualifying runs happening right in front of our eyes. Shinji Minowa just doing his thing in the lead position, but I'm not sure what happened to Uemura at that start. But it's definitely going to affect him, because at this point, there wasn't any tandem going on. So let's see here what happened at the jump. Not sure if he missed a gear or what, but we didn't see any crazy hops out of his car. But yeah, Shinji Minowa is just doing his thing, sweeping through the touch and go. Kind of missed a little bit of outer zone 2 right there, but coming around, making it up in outer zone 3. And look at that throttle control all the way through, touching, or the transition into that inside clip, just carrying it all the way through. So good job by Shinji Minowa on that second half for sure.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, seeing if anything happened at the start, because I don't know why that gap was created. I don't know if it was because maybe Uemura was baking too, maybe something happened to his car, he couldn't get it into gear. Maybe he was baking his tire a little bit too much or something.
Yeah.
But I have no word, and I guess it was a clean start, so it was just a gap that he created. So like you were saying right now, very clean run by Shinji Minowa on his lead. So yeah, this is going to look really tough on Uemura's side, but like we always said, I mean, there's been like 2 or 3 turnovers that we had this weekend. This is drifting,
exactly.
So you never know what's going to happen until both runs are done.
And you've seen it so far, these last 2 other runs that we had, the insane amount of smoke these guys are throwing out. So definitely they have transition points where a lot of these guys get lost in the smoke. So anything can happen when you're in the chase position. So let's see how Shinji Minowa is going to perform in the chase and make sure that he's going to keep it an active chase, not inactive, against Uemura.
Yeah, so I am expecting a crazy lead run by Uemura now, because I don't think he doesn't have a choice now.
Yeah, he kind of made his bed here, but here he is coming in. Uemura coming into outer zone 1, but Shinji Minowa kind of diving in right here.
Oh, you know what?
Huge correction.
Something's wrong with this car, I think.
Shinji Minowa getting thrown off, but look at this. They're going to finish it off with the fans out here to make it happen, and there they go, coming into outer zone 3. Transitioning over to inside clip 1 right there. And like you said, there's got to be something going on with Uemura's car, because, yeah, Shinji Minowa got thrown off because that entry right there was not what we were expecting, especially the crazy driving we've been seeing him do all weekend long.
Yeah, so maybe it is something wrong with this car, because up to the initiation, everything looked good. Very shallow angle by Minowa, but right there,
So there you go, finishing off strong right here to that inside clip. Let's see the overhead. Let's see if they got a drone footage on that, because definitely, oh, here we go. Ryan Lantain is going to go with Shinji Minowa. Yoichi Mimura is going to go right to Shinji Minowa, and Robbie Nishida is going to go to Minowa. So Shinji Minowa gets the win and is moving on to the Great 8.
Yeah, something happened to Uemura's car, unfortunately, maybe when he was chasing too, when he was leaving the start line, and also at the initiation area. Minowa did a huge error behind Uemura, but we take that as that being caused by the lead car, you know, because the lead car has to run a clean run to give the chase car a chance to, you know, get closer. So tough luck for Uemura. But he was on fire all weekend, so there's potential there. Hopefully he comes back next round stronger. But this time, Minoa is moving on, and congratulations.
Need I introduce the next driver in the S15? Oh, I will anyways. It's Yukio, Fausto fan favorite, going up against Kazuya Matsukawa. So let's see what's going to go down and see if Matsukawa is going to get lost in the sauce with Yukio, Fausto. And here they are coming into outer zone 1. Beautiful job by Yukio Fausto, riding it all the way through. Let's see if he can carry this transition through the touch and go to outer zone 2. And Matsukawa right there knocking his rear bumper off, hugging that door of Yukio Fausto, but not getting lost in all that smoke that Yukio Fausto is throwing out. And beautiful tandem job by the two.
Great job by both drivers. I mean, that was beautiful. Yukio Fausto's lead was, that was amazing because he threw so much angle. He was on throttle all the way through outside zone 1. Let's go ahead and check out the replay. And that did not faze Matsukawa. Matsukawa was right there the whole time. I love the way he was very consistent with the, look at this, proximity. Smaller line, slightly smaller line through outside zone 1 and the touch and go. But after that, pretty much staying on the same line, mimicking the angle that Fausto, Yukio Fausto is giving. Man, that was a very textbook tandem right there. Very beautiful. Let's go ahead and check this out. This will show us how much Matsukawa was off of Fausto's line right here. He's slightly on the inside, but at the same time, the proximity is there the whole time.
You know what? I think that last half, I think Yukio Fausto's throttle foot was cramping because I don't think he let go of the throttle at all through that.
He's called lead foot. Lead foot Fausto.
I wonder how many, what is it, gas pedal changes he's done on that car.
I know. It's like, yeah, my gas pedal's bent. Or no, my floorboard's bent.
There you go.
But hey, Matsukawa, that was a good fight he put up with Fausto. I mean, that was amazing, man. I want to see that more. Like,
yeah, these Team Droopy cars, they came out to play today. Both running 1GR twin turbos. Junya Ishikawa is going to be doing his one more time battle against Kusaba. But till then, let's see if his teammate can throw down an amazing lead run for Fausto. And let's see if Fausto can get that door or that front panel up against Matsukawa's door. Or quarter panel, wherever you want to put it.
Yeah, that's,
I want to see some door-to-door action right here. And here they go, Matsukawa in the lead, Fausto in the chase, coming down into the 3-2-1, initiating into outer zone 1 right here. Matsukawa right there, right on that line of outer zone 1. Oh, Fausto, huge correction right there. Oh, what a We're seeing it all right now, and there you go. Fausto is just going to go and finish and rip it up for the fans here. And, oh man, now we have the cloud of dirt coming straight at us.
Help. It's dusty.
It's really dusty up here, but hey, that's what we're here for, and the fans are happy.
All right, so let's go ahead and check out the replay. I need to see what happened at what timing, and I'm going to have to kind of go back and think about the rules, but here we go. All right, so this will help out if we had the drone view.
That's coming up next. Wow, how things changed really quick there. Here we go, right here, the drone view. Coming in, entering into outer zone 1. Robbie and the rest of the judges are analyzing this to see what everything played out for that last run. There was a lot going on for that last run. And there you go, Yukio Fausto spotter. So we'll see here. Definitely was not expecting that right there. So we'll see here what the judges have to say. But there's the crowd. Let me see right there, that section that they're showing right underneath the Formula Drift Japan sign. That's actually the spotter section. for the drivers and the teams. So we'll see here. Here's another replay with Yukio Fausto's lead run. And you got Matsukawa in his chase. Nice transition there, hitting outer zone 2. Swinging back around. And then finishing off very strong at the end right there. And then here you are right here. A lot was going on this run right here. Matsukawa's lead run with Yukio Fausto in the chase. Not sure what happened toward the end of outer zone 1 right here. Everything was good, and then right there, Matsukawa kind of carried it all the way through outer zone 1 a little bit further, where Yukio Fausto was expecting a transition, I believe, into that touch and go, causing him to do a correction, but then Matsukawa shortly after, he kind of carried it too far and spun out. So we'll see. See a lot of fans out there asking for a one more time. I agree with you, one more time all day long. I mean, that was a phenomenal job. So, solid run by them. I've seen nothing but solid runs so far. Like I said before, if you're just joining us, we're in our 4th battle. We still have a one more time battle between Kusaba and Ishikawa to finish off that top portion of the bracket. Let's see right here, Ryan Lontaine with a one more time, Yoichi Mimura with a one more time, and Robbie Nishida is going to go with a one more time. So we're going to have one more time battle between these two. Phenomenal job, but let's see a cleaner run by the two right here. And hey, just like we're answering all your guys' hopes, one more time it is.
All right, so what just happened right now was the first run, Matsukawa was leading, Fausto was chasing, or I'm sorry, Fausto was leading, Matsukawa was chasing. Good lead, good chase. But what happened after that, when Matsukawa was leading, Matsukawa did independently mess up after or right at the touch and go. But at the same time, leaving the outside zone 1, we take that huge correction that Yukio Fausto did behind him, where he kind of lost line, where he kind of lost his line and he couldn't go anywhere. And basically that was a huge enough correction to be incomplete behind Matsukawa before the spin.
Yeah.
So basically it was more of the
Matsukawa kind of cut him off a little because he was trying to.
They both individually got a 0 at a different time in a different place at the track.
Okay.
Or got an incomplete. So
hands down, no matter what, I want to see them do it again. I mean,
yeah, that was beautiful.
That second run was very sloppy to the point where it's like I need to see a good battle between the two because both good drivers. They've been doing a phenomenal job all weekend. But let's go ahead and see what this next battle has to do. We're going to go ahead and start on the right side of our bracket. We'll get back to our two one more times on the left side. But until then, here we are with Yoshihiko Tamagawa against Yuichi Amagai. JZA80 coming in. Against a Beast S15, both got 2 J's. Look at that, Tamagawa just giving it all right here, and Amagai needs to pick up the slack and get that proximity closed. But Tamagawa is just continuing on and not allowing any proximity for Amagai.
Yeah, Tamagawa just landed a pretty solid run as the lead driver. I would have to say he left a little points, or I guess it's not points, but he left a little on the table at the outside zone 1, but he filled it pretty fairly well. Right there, he left outside zone 1 a little early, but other than that, it looks like he's doing the job that a lead car is supposed to be doing, and Amagai, there was a gap created after the entry around outside zone 1, and that there's like a 3-4 car gap in between these cars. So it looked like Amagai was having a tough time keeping up and trying to keep the proximity behind Tamagawa. But now let's see what's going to happen when Amagai becomes the leader and Tamagawa gives chase.
So there they are. There you can see tracks trying to get cleared up of all the smoke. So like you were saying, Tamagawa is going to be on the chase while Amagai is going to be on the lead. There you go, the fans out there toughing up this bright weather. drivers coming back up to the start here. Yeah, we talked about it in top 32. Beautiful facility here, 2.3 mile international track out here. Hosted some few F1 races years ago, but I know it does a lot of different circuit races out here, and phenomenal track, phenomenal facility. And we actually have the lodging on this facility, so we've been here for the last 3 days.
Yeah, I my address has changed to Okayama Circuit now. This is my home address.
I'm going home. But no, here we are coming up. But the cool factor is what you probably don't know is they actually have a wolf on premises. So it's I guess supposed to give the scent to scare all the wilderness from getting the track. But hey, enough of that. Let's see this tandem battle right here. Amagai in the lead, Tamagawa in the chase. Let's see if Tamagawa is going to close this proximity closer than Amagai did, and let's see if Amagai is going to give him a solid lead run. And here he is, not quite getting into all the way out to outer zone 1, coming into the transition. Beautiful transition though into outer zone 2, taking around to outer zone 3, not getting all the way out there. Tamagawa adjusting himself to make sure he's right there at his door, creating this a beautiful tandem battle at the end.
Yeah, Tamagawa looked like he got a little funky at the end after the inside clip area, but let's go ahead and focus on the whole track. Let's see how well he did trying to stay behind Amagai. Amagai, as a lead car, probably could have been a little bit more wider on the outside zone 1. Good job through there at the touch and go in outside zone 2, but he does not make it all the way out to the wall on the outside zone 3. And Tamagawa was fairly close throughout the whole track, except right there by the end clip towards the finish. So let's go ahead and see. I think it's going to hurt Amagai because of the proximity loss that he had at the beginning of the battle that they have earlier.
Yeah, and then during this touch and go to outer zone 2, they had a beautiful transition together, but Amagai kind of dove in and missed outer zone 3, which looked like Tamagawa had to adjust himself. And when he did, coming out of outer zone 3, he hugs that inside corner, but at the same time throttling through, which probably led him to be a little bit washed out on that inside clip there.
Wow,
so
good eye.
I'm just learning from the best.
That ain't me. Here you go.
Here you go. Going right to Tamagawa, all 3 judges going to Yoshihiko Tamagawa in the JZA 80 Supra, moving on to the Great 8.
Congratulations, Tamagawa. Good fight by Amagai, but hopefully the next round he'll come back stronger. And great job. Now we're going back to the one more time battle that we
the first one more time
decide
battle.
upon. Yeah, the first one more time battle. That is going to be car number 770 Kusaba. Well, I'm sorry, car number 333 Ishikawa is going to be leading car number 770 Kusaba in the A90 Supra. Now, they had it one more time. I think one of the judges went one way, I believe, to Ishikawa, but it was way too close to make the call. So yes, 2 of the judges went for one more time, and here we go. We are back now. Both of the drivers driven with each other now once, so they know how, the power difference.
They know what to expect.
Yeah, they know what to expect. So it's going to be. I'm expecting it to be closer.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of flair here because they already drove once, and here they are. Here, Ishikawa in the lead. Kusaba right there on the chase. Kusaba closing that proximity in the outer zone 1, and here he is coming into the touch and go. Oh, coming into outer zone 3. Beautiful job on that proximity, closing it a little bit more in the outer zone 3. Kind of had a bobble through that transition through Kusaba, but let's see on this replay.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and check out the replay. Man, the screen, it's so bright out right now, but let's go ahead and check out the replay right here. Bam. Nice flick by the lead driver, Ishikawa, but right behind Ishikawa. Nice job at outside zone 1. A little bit of tire dip over there, but Kusaba is trying to keep tight proximity with the lead car. And right here, right around here, Kusaba looked a little uncomfortable coming off of outside zone 3 and through the transition, but he tried to keep his proximity as close as possible with the lead car. Now we're going to have to see how they are going to do when they switch places.
There you go, the Team Cusco Racing team anticipating how it's going to go down right here. Kusaba now is going to be on the lead while Ishikawa is going to be on the chase. Here they are coming back to the line. Yeah, sun's starting to come out now.
Sun's out, guns out. Here we go, guys. This is going to be the second run of the second battle that they had against each other because it's the one more time.
Sun's got Robbie squinting.
I got the, they call it the crow feet or something when you get tanned by like next to your eyes. Oh, here we go.
Here we are right here. Kusaba in the lead with Ishikawa in the chase. Ishikawa getting a little gapped right there. Let's see if he's going to close that proximity coming into outer zone 1. And Kusaba dipping a little bit of tire, but riding it all the way to the finish. And look at Ishikawa right there, closing that proximity quick. Look at that, all the way through to outer zone 3 with the transition point right here to the inside clip. And Ishikawa doing a beautiful job of a tandem battle on his door. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. And the fans, you can hear, love that.
That was beautiful. Okay, I would have to say that that was a very, very good run by the lead car. And I would have to say both of the lead runs were very clean. A lot of throttle, a lot of angle, and Ishikawa was keeping up with Kusaba's car, and he was on his door throughout most of the run, and the proximity might be the key here between these cars in the battles.
I have a feeling Ishikawa is like, you know what, this one more time, I need to make sure that I solidify my spot and make things happen. There you go. Ryan Lontang going with Ishikawa, Yoshimi Mori going with Ishikawa, and Robbie Nishida going with Junya. Ishikawa gets the win, moving on to the Grade 8.
Now he has enough ammo because he's going to be going against Yamashita, which is a champ. This is going to be interesting because I think Yamashita beat Ishikawa at Okuibuki. So now this is going to be a interesting battle. But I would have to say, good job to Team Cusco and the hustle they did with the motor swap and everything, and good job by Kusaba. Beautiful driving, and I know he was down on power because of this swap and all this other stuff they had to do. But I mean, I think he did a great job. I think he drove the doors off of that car.
Yeah, and he made it to top 16. So you know, good job. But you know, we definitely want to see him coming out with more flair next time because he made podium last event. I know he's hungry for it again. But here we are, lined up, ready to go. We have Tetsuya Hibino in his Liberty Walk S15 4-rotor twin turbo going against Kazuki Hayashi in his 2J powered S15. Insane and mean driver right next to him.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a good battle.
Oh yeah, Hayashi does not back down.
I have a feeling it's going to be a good battle, every battle.
And here they are right here, coming in right here. Hayashi, like I told you, is going to be very aggressive right there against Hibino. Hibino riding it all the way out to the end of outer zone 1, and nice flick back to back and forth. Look at that, Hayashi the whole time right there on his door. Beautiful tandem battle. Look at how aggressive he's being right there against Hibino. Not getting phased by that 4-rotor and that smoke show he's giving him. Good job. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Oh man,
that's what I'm talking about.
I forgot I was judging right now. I was just enjoying that battle. Oh my God. Both drivers did everything they had to do. I have nothing to say. That was one of the most beautiful battles that I've seen all weekend and maybe this season too, because look at this. Lead car doing his own thing, makes the car go all the way to the outside. The chase car matching the line, matching the angle. And every time we see things like this, we always say, but look at good tandem.
Look at this hard, aggressive dive. Boom, right there.
But he's a little shallow on the angle. But I would have to say a good tandem only happens with a good lead run. And I think Hibino did a great job leading Hayashi. And I think Hayashi gave him, or he trusted Hibino and said, you know what, I'm going to go all the way in. And he did, you know. So
the sound of the car is intimidating. The driver is intimidating because he's very, very experienced. But Hayashi took that in stride, and he trusted that driver, and he was like, you know what? I'm not fazed by any of that.
Yeah, and special guest right here.
And here we are.
Oh, hold on.
The overview.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this. Just want to make sure that Hayashi, ooh, super close. There you go. That was very, very
But see,
close. But I got special guest Gary right here. How was that run?
Very good. It was a great run. I was very excited.
I hear the
he
passion
sounds
in
really
the voice.
excited. Exactly. But man, that was beautiful. I'm ready to watch that all day long. I mean, that doesn't get boring at all.
It doesn't at all. So let's see here. Look at that. Team's waiting on, but here we go. Hayashi's going to be in the lead. Hibino's going to be in the chase. Let's see how Hibino's going to adjust himself and to see if he can keep that close proximity that Hayashi had. The biggest thing coming out of Outer Zone 3, how he dove in. We've seen it all the way with but then when they let go a little bit of throttle, they gap him a little bit.
Exactly.
He didn't get any of that. He just kind of kept on throttle. And there they are coming in right now. Hibino closing that proximity,
Ooh.
coming in Outer Zone. Hayashi trying to carry it all the way out. Little shallow in Outer Zone 1 for the lead right there. But there he is, through the touch and go, coming into Outer Zone 1. And Hibino, oh, what's going on here? Oh my goodness. Hayashi washes out into Outer Zone 3 and almost hits the wall. Oh. Had us on edge right there. Let's see this replay here. Here's a replay coming into Outer Zone 1. You can see how Hayashi wasn't all the way quite out of Outer Zone 1 and didn't carry it all the way through. Touch and go right there, coming around and then just coming in way too hot. I forgot the word for it. What is it whenever you rotate like that and swap spots? Y'all can help me out there. But yeah, that was insane. Was not expecting that. I know you guys are all astonished like I am myself. So let's see this overview on what happened leaving Outer Zone 2 for Hayashi. And it looks like he just carried too much momentum through this touch and go. Here he is transitioning through the touch and go, not carrying it all the way through that touch and go, which caused him to carry it a little bit further than he wanted in that Outer Zone 2. But I mean, the commitment Hayashi did to, you know what, just throttle through and just fight to get back in it is insane, because that wall crept up very fast. So we'll see here. Insane, but here you go. Here's Hibino's run with Hayashi in the chase, and Hayashi did a phenomenal job on the chase. But look at that, Hibino riding all the way. Dipped maybe a tire or so, but not bad. But look at that, carrying it further through that touch and go. Out there, coming in, Hayashi taking a little bit of its tighter line into Outer Zone 3 and swinging back to the inside clip and not opening the proximity at all there. So yeah, was not expecting that. And here you go, one more time replay with Hayashi in his lead. And I agree with y'all out there. I thought he was going to hit the wall too. But he knows his car. He had commitment to his car, and when he gave it throttle, it pulled him back into the track. So good thing that happened, because that would have been a very bad crash. And there you go right there. Insane. So yeah, they're kind of deliberating some things. So I know Robbie's going to give better explanation. I'm just talking about the run, on how everything happened, what I see, what y'all see. I'm reading what you guys are talking about. It's insane. I would love to see a one more time battle between these two, because that driving was phenomenal by both drivers. So we'll see right there. But this right now, so we got the left side of the bracket knocked out. We're on the right side. We're on our second battle for the right side. Right now on the left side, we have Koichi Yamashita. He's going to be going against Junya Ishikawa in the grade 8. And then we have Shinji Minoa, and I made a mistake. We haven't finished the left side. We have Shinji Minoa, but we still have our one more time battle going against Yukio, Fausto, and Kazuya Matsukawa. So that'll be probably next. But till then, let's see what Robbie's take is on that insane, transitional, a lot going on battle.
Yeah, so we're going to have to go with our gut feeling on this, because there are things I'm going to explain to you after we make the call here.
And here we go. Ryan Lontaine's going to go with Hibino. Yoichi Mimura is going to go with Hibino. And Robbie Nishida is going to go with Tetsuya Hibino. Will get the win and move on to the grade 8.
All right, so for FD, I believe that you're not supposed to pass a vehicle. The chase car is not supposed to pass the vehicle, the lead car, on the out zones. You're not supposed to do that. It only happens when in clips. I guess if the lead car goes way too wide, then the chase car can pass.
Yeah.
But in this case, let's go ahead and look at the replay. Hibino did come short after outside zone 2, and we really understand that, and we took that in consideration as well. But at the same time, Hayashi went way too wide after outside zone 2, going to outside zone 3, and we cannot, how can I say it? That was kind of a dangerous line that he took, and if Hayashi made it around outside zone 3 with no problem, I understand that that would have been Hibino's fault for just passing him. But obviously, Hayashi had to make that huge correction and straighten that outside zone 3. So that means he was pretty much about to incomplete. And I think Hibino was pretty much trying to avoid any collision or anything that could happen, and kind of went on the inside because he probably thought in his head that, oh, Hayashi's going into the wall.
Yeah, and if he locked it up, he was going to go with them. So he went ahead and, like you were talking about earlier, when you're coming into that wall, the more throttle you give, the more it's going to pull you away from the wall, not bring you toward the wall. And that's what they both showed right there because, like you said, Hibino came in and he avoided that. But at the same time, Hayashi did the same thing by carrying his car back into the track.
Yeah, so I think that if Hayashi would have cleared that, or if it looked like he would have been able to clear that, then I would understand. But I don't think he would have been able to clear that, especially the way the car was actually going towards the wall at first. And I've seen a few runs like that, but at the same time, there was no way that, or it didn't seem like he was going to be able to make that turn without making that huge correction. And I think that might have been Hibino's decision, or maybe a good decision, not to try to follow him into a wall or going out to the gravel. So
Hands down, though, that was a scary situation right there, especially for Hayashi. But that wall has already consumed a few cars this weekend, and we had a really bad accident during qualifying. So,
And you know what? Even, like, let's say it's the lead car's responsibility to make the right run. And even if Hibino was making a mistake a little before that, Hayashi made the major mistake by making the car going in that way and not being able to dig himself out of it. And Hibino just pretty much, even if Hibino wasn't going to be able to go to the outside, that's how we're going to have to see it. I mean, there's what ifs and buts. But that was just pretty much the decision we have to make. So we always say, don't leave it in our hands, please.
Exactly.
The drivers, do a good run. Don't let us have to make a decision like that. Make us make a decision where it's like, oh, driver A, driver B. Exactly. Make it easy for us. Because
so speaking of easy, you know, we're coming back to our one more time battle here against Yukio Fausto and Kazuya Matsukawa. So Yukio Fausto, fan favorite on the live stream here and out here. He's got a pretty big fan base, ready to go against Matsukawa. Matsukawa's teammate, Junya Ishikawa, just took the win on his one more time battle. Let's see how he's going to do here and if he can carry through to the next part of the grade 8. Here it is, Yukio Fausto dipping 2 tires. Matsukawa trying to keep that proximity and trying to fix his lineup. Coming up against right here, outer zone 3 right there. And here they both are right here, finishing strong in the inside clip.
There you go. Very, very similar battle. Just 2 things, though. I think Fausto had to dip 2 tires out middle of the outside zone 1 and went wider, and that made Matsukawa actually catch up a little bit, where Matsukawa had to run a shallower line on the outside zone 1, like right here. And then after this, he did not correct, but right after that, he had to do a transition a little earlier and couldn't throw that much angle. But the rest of the time, he does keep good proximity going against Fausto all the way through to the finish line. So we're going to have to go ahead and make sure. We're going to have to go ahead and see and make sure that Matsukawa could do a good lead. And I want to see how Fausto's going to give chase this time.
So let's see how Yukio Fausto with the Side X Japan with sideways experience, S15 is going to perform in the chase position against Hiroshima Toyota, Team Droopy 8-5.
Oh,
by
man.
Matsukawa.
The sun just, the clouds actually covered the sun right now, and it feels really good.
Just
You
felt
just
like it
don't
dropped 10
understand.
degrees.
Exactly.
So here they are right here, two amazing drivers, two powerhouses, and two
Look at
smoke
that, these
machines.
cars, look at the way it is right now with the sunlight and everything. It's looks pretty majestic here.
I better get off the mic. He's getting a little weird again. Nah, it's okay.
No.
And then we have an 8.5-hour drive, so might
Yes,
as well
we
just
do.
get
Yes, we
comfortable
do.
with you, right?
Exactly. Now let's see Matsukawa lead Fausto, see how well Fausto is going to give chase.
And here it is. Fausto's got to bank on closing this proximity against Matsukawa. Matsukawa's got to give that close 100-point lead run here in outer zone 1. Little shallow, but right there finishing off strong in outer zone 1. And here it is, coming through the section, go to outer zone 2, to outer zone 3 here. Oh, Fausto trying to hang on right here, get to his quarter panel. Coming around to the inside clip, Matsukawa pulling away from Hibino. And almost losing it there right at the finish.
All right, so I like how aggressive Fausto was, but I like the way Matsukawa carried himself. He kept it within the track, all the way on the outside zone 1. An okay flick, but very close to the outside zone 3. On throttle the whole time, good enough angle, but it looks like Fausto is getting a little lost in the smoke.
So we'll see here what the judges have to say for the battle between Fausto and Matsukawa. Here they are. Ryan Lontaine is going to go left with Matsukawa. Yoshimi Mori left with Matsukawa. And Robbie Nishida is going to go with Kazuya Matsukawa. Will get the win and move on to the grade 8.
Man, but Yukio Fausto did a great job. That one more time we had earlier in their battle, and the battle that he gave to Matsukawa, that was a really, really close call. I mean, that could almost been a one more time again. And I'm going to say that Matsukawa is not an easy driver to beat either. So I think Fausto put up a good fight against him. Better luck for him next time. But Matsukawa, congratulations. He is moving on to the grade 8 to be the second battle in the grade 8, going against car number 90, Minowa.
And there you go right there. Congratulations to Hiroshima Toyotas and Team Droopy. That's two of their drivers that made it to the grade 8 and that are going to be competing for the podium. And that'll be pretty interesting if these two win their battles, because then they'll be facing each other.
Exactly. So I wonder who's going to...
It'll be new versus old.
Yeah, so I wonder who's going to... Are they going to go all out, or are they going to be like, oh, well, is there like a seniority thing in Japan?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, well, you podiumed before, let me podium, you know.
Exactly.
Or, this car looks better on camera, so let's put this car out here. I don't know how that's going to go.
But before we get there, let's move on to back to the right side of our bracket. We got two more battles in the top 16 to get to the grade 8. It's going to be, the next one coming up is going to be Kazumi Takahashi going against Kumakubo here in his Speedster Racing with Team Orange 370Z coming out, debuting it. Mean Machine, been doing a phenomenal job practicing and everything. But man, I love both these cars here. They're different.
Dude, look at this. This is not a lineup you see in Japan at all. It's not a JZX, it's not a Silvia or S15 or 180. It's an E92 BMW going against a 370Z. I like this.
I do too. So let's see how they're going to perform, how Kumakubo's going to do on the chase here, going against Takahashi. Takahashi is nothing new to this vehicle. Brought it back, was driving a JZX 100 for a few events, and now he's back in his BMW. Had a little wavering issue right there. But look at that, Kumakubo showing why he's been around the circuit for many, many of years. Performing amazing right there, pushing his limits right there into Takahashi, making him continue on.
Wow, that was a very good, close battle, but I would have to say line-wise, Takahashi was leading, was not too impressive because he did waver at the outside zone 1 as well. The stability of the car wasn't really there. Let's go ahead and check this out. Right there, doesn't make it all the way to the outside right there. A little bit of wavering by both drivers, and maybe Kumakubo was wavering because of the lead car. Now, Kumakubo does not make it out to the outside zone 2. Both of the cars tucks in really close to the inside of that area before the transition, and a small gap created towards the end of the track. But pretty much Kumakubo, obviously doing tandem and chasing cars is his specialty, so he's doing a great job on that, chasing the super fast, super impressive car that Takahashi drives. Now we have to see what's going to happen if Kumakubo is going to be able to lay down a crazy lead run and see how well Takahashi could give chase.
And I got to add, these, like, on top of the beautiful builds these engines have, but that powerhouse they have underneath the hood, you have a 1GR inside the BMW, and then in the 370Z, you have the, what, VR you said, right? VR38?
Yeah, VR38, yep.
So he has a VR38 underneath the hood of the 370Z.
It's the V6. It's the time for the era of the V6s now.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. Straight sixes are kind of, you know.
Yeah,
no, they're not going anywhere.
man, straight inline 4, man. Inline 4.
There you go.
Hey, so what kind of motor do you like? Let us know.
There you go, Robbie.
Inline 4, inline 6, V6, V8, V10, V12, V whatever you want. Single cylinder, I don't know. V twin, whatever you like. Let us know.
Here we go. Kumakubo is going to be in the lead while Takahashi is going to be on the chase. Kumakubo has been doing an amazing job in that car, in the performance, and all his laps that he's
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's a restart.
Pylon touch, maybe?
Yeah, pylon touch. So that is one restart, and rules are if you do 3 restarts, if it's the lead car hitting the cone, knocking over a cone, or if they jump the light, if you do it 3 times, that's an automatic incomplete, and that is not the way you want to go out.
So we had some rotary RB26 fans.
Dude, I'm going to get my...
Look at that, yeah, rotary.
Yeah.
SR20. We do have SR20s out here. LS2, SR20.
Dude, they're all good engines. They're all successful, you know.
It's crazy though. RBs out here are usually strokes, so they're not full-blown 26s. But yeah, 26Bs. I mean, any car out here right now is a mean machine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, in the top 32 battle, it'd be interesting to see a V8 out here because you hear a lot of the 2Js, SRs, rotaries, but
RBs,
V8.
yeah.
It's been 2 years since we've had a V8 out here. Last season we didn't have a V8, so
dude,
this season before we did.
Nobody said 4AG?
They're still on the track.
Why are you trying to ignore me? They're good engines.
They are. Maybe not.
It doesn't make that much power, but it's fun.
It'll get you around the track. Here we go right here. Maybe a pace car. Here he is. Kumakubo coming in to 3-2-1. And Takahashi closing that proximity, coming into outer zone 1. Look at that. Beautiful job. Kumakubo transitioning right here through the touch and go. Coming back around. And look at that Takahashi. Oh, maybe doing too much angle right there. Coming in outer zone 3. But still laying down on the throttle. And Kumakubo finishing off with Takahashi right there.
Ooh, that was a major mistake made by Takahashi, chasing down Kumakubo. Let's go ahead and check out the replay. Kumakubo as well, kind of similar to Takahashi's lead. Maybe makes it out to the outside zone a little bit more than Takahashi. He does his job he needs to do as a lead car. Then right there, looks like Takahashi, right there, he had to go inside the dirt and the front tires because he almost did, he over-rotated actually, going out to outside zone 3, and he had to make a huge correction right there. This may be critical on Takahashi's end. Let's go ahead and check this out. The bird's eye view. The drone view here. Look at the lead car going in out to outside zone 1. The chase car slightly shallower line than the lead car. And right here, a little bit too much angle by Takahashi. Big correction, smaller line. And after that is what you just saw on the other replays.
Man, that's rough right there for Takahashi on that chase run. He definitely did a little bit too much, tried to have too much flair there coming into outer zone 3. But once again, Kumakubo just being consistent with his runs and making things happen. So we'll see here what the judges have for them. But yeah, Kumakubo, familiar name, familiar face. You might have seen him when you were out in the Ebisu circuit area. Definitely give him a what's up. But here we are right here. Ryan Lontaine is going to go with Kumakubo. Yoichi Miura, Kumakubo, and Robbie Nishida with Kumakubo. So Nobushige Kumakubo gets the win and moving on to the grade 8.
The tandem specialist is moving on to the grade 8. First event in this car.
First event, yeah, this season.
And first event in a while to join an FD Japan event. I mean, this is called skills right there.
But here we are on our last battle for the top 16 moving into the grade 8. It's going to be against Tomoki Tanaka versus Yoshimi Mori. And Yoshimi Mori is number 64, matching how old he is. So let's see if he can carry on and maybe make a podium this time.
Yeah, and Tanaka's also a wild child here, so interesting to see what's going to happen.
So Tanaka right here in the lead. Look at that, Mori. Ooh! Giving him a little kiss on the side right there, coming around to outer zone 1. Let's see if they can carry it all the way around to outer zone.
Oh,
no. There you go right there. Tanaka finishing his lap off, his lead lap off right here to inside clip. Mori did a little bit too much there coming into that touch and go.
He did. He might have got lost in the smoke. He got a little too close to Tanaka when he was leaving outside zone 1. He was in a very good position, but I have to say, good job by Tanaka. That didn't phase him, you know. He got a bump. Yeah, he got a bump, and you know, at high speeds like that, it could do a lot to the car. But he got bumped, but he didn't want to stop. He just kept going, and he even actually had a really, really good lead run. He took it all the way out to the outside zone 1, filled the outside zone very well. Right there, look at that angle, and he knows, he's like, man, the car behind me is not there. So this is like a parade lap for me. So he threw out all the angle. Good job by Tanaka leading and also not correcting from Mori's tap.
Everybody said I went on rev limiter because I was like, no.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't even catch myself. Good catch on you guys out there listening. I mean,
all right, so let me know. Tell me what Kenny's rev limiter sounded like. What ECU setup and what engine?
So the reason why I kind of freaked out there was because Suenaga actually, during his practice for top 32, took a bad spill in outer zone 2 right there at that same angle, and he went into the wall, completely demolishing his S15 and taking him out of the race for podium. So that's why I was just freaking out, like, no, don't happen again.
He said rev limit. That's so funny. Yeah. I'm sorry, that was pretty funny. Whoever mentioned that, good job.
Yeah. See,
high five.
We read it right there. We read your guys'
I already forgot about it, and now that you brought it, I'm gonna go ahead and go back on the live stream later and probably record it and play it over and over and over.
You make that your ringtone?
No, I'll use it for my YouTube channel. That's how it's gonna start off.
There you go.
No.
Thanks. And that's the thing of being on live. You get to be.
But I like it. I like to be criticized. You know, it's fun, and I'm not gonna lie to you.
And what are we here for? We're here for entertainment.
Exactly, and whatever we can do to entertain you. Not anything, but
we're not the prime entertainment though. We got the prime entertainment's right here on the screen. So let's see what's going to happen with Mori in the lead position while Tanaka's going to be in the chase. Looks like they're buttoning something up. His back bumper looks like. But the crew out there, hands down, making sure that these cars are safe and ready to tandem battle with one another.
You know, I like the way Tanaka's car looks too. It's got chrome, it's black, white, orange. It's kind of a cool livery.
It is.
I think the chrome livery is just something I like, you know. I think some of the cars in the U.S. has that too, you know. I think it's pretty cool.
I think it's illegal. It's blinding. Between the smoke, the sunlight, and the reflection, it's just too much going on at that point. But hey, let's see how Mori's going to do right here. 64-year-old driver, very experienced. See how he's going to do in the lead position. Definitely made a mistake coming to that touch and go. But let's see if he can clean it up in the lead. Looks like he's slowing down a little bit right here. And Tanaka right there just coming in the attack. Let's see how he's going to do the rest of the way through this track. Doing touch and go to outer zone 3 here. Tanaka coming in, trying to close that proximity to Mori. And throwing some hard angle in that transition to that inside clip. But yeah, Tanaka didn't play 100% safe, but he was a little safe there through his chase run. But let's see this replay.
All right, so it looked like there was a pause by Mori. And you know what? I'm just saying, this is just my point of view. There's some, maybe there was contact at the entry initiation, but let me go ahead and finish this.
Here you go. Ryan Lontagne going right to Tanaka. Yoshimi Mori and Robbie going to Tomoki. Tanaka will get the win, and he's our final battle right there, moving on to the grade 8.
Yeah, so some drivers think that it's intentional when cars in front slow down, but that was pretty much a slow down area, and I think maybe he slowed down more than he anticipated or something, and things like that do happen, but I hear it all the time, people saying, oh, he's playing games or he's doing this or that. I don't think it happens that often. I think it just feels like it because some things that you think is going to happen doesn't happen at the right time. And I mean, we're driving at very high speeds here, Anything that happens, split of a second, things change drastically. So it's just about how well you can adapt to any kind of changes and also how well you can perform under pressure too. So
and that's the big thing right there. So
yeah, exactly. So let's take a short break. We'll be right back, and we're going to be going into grade 8.
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Gaspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Gaspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motors.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
冬の運転心配ねあ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしようセブンセブンセブンやる横浜やる
革新のカーボンベゼル Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Gaspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Motors.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
こちらピットから選手にインタビューさせていただきたいと思います。お時間いただきありがとうございます。ということでワンモアタイムからの勝ち上がりということでしたが、ご自身的にはいかがだったでしょうか。
そうですね、ちょっと厳しい戦いだったんですけども、集中力切らさないように、きっちり走りました。勝ててよかったです。
今シーズンの意気込みはございますか。
そうですね、今年ね、まだパッとした結果が出てないので、ここ、ね、一番近い開催地区なので、応援してくだされた方もいっぱいいるので、ここでね、しっかり結果出したいと思います。
ありがとうございます。頑張ってください。
ありがとうございます。
He battled with Yukio and it did one more time and he did. It was kind of hard driving, but he did good. And this season he want to win and he want to control and want to go more up. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Marina. Yeah, that was a tough battle for Matsukawa, and then he said, after the one more time, he was just making sure that he was going to stay concentrated, and he's glad that they made it through and they were able to get the win. But obviously this year, things hasn't been going as the team wanted to, I guess, and they haven't had like really good results yet. So he said this is the closest track to their hometown, which is Hiroshima area. So he said there's a lot of fans that are out here from their hometown, so they said they definitely want to do really good here at this round.
And that's awesome. And yeah, for Team Droopy, they are doing a phenomenal job. They got 2 drivers in the grade 8 fighting for that podium slot.
Yeah, that'll be kind of awesome for them to meet, at the Final 4. But in order for them to meet at Final 4, there's a big hurdle they have to jump over, which is called Yamashita. Hurdle called Yamashita.
So yeah, Koichi Yamashita is going to be in the lead position going against Junya Ishikawa. But you know what? This gives me a little bit of a flashback and deja vu because these guys have met multiple times. One of the first times they met was back in Ebisu whenever they had that really bad crash where Ishikawa collided into Yamashita and pretty much damaging his car where it had to get rebuilt, and it went straight to the end of the match. The collision was so bad that it damaged Ishikawa's car to not being able to drive, and Ishikawa's car was pretty bad, or Yamashita's car was pretty bad. Here he is right here, Yamashita doing a nice lead position. Beautiful job out of zone 1, leaving a little early. Ishikawa's right there trying to keep that proximity close. And look at that, coming through to outer zone 3. Ishikawa diving in right there, taking a shallower line, trying to keep that proximity close. Coming into outer zone, or inside clip 1 right there.
Wow. I would have to say Ishikawa running the smaller line behind Yamashita to keep the proximity. That was a really good move by him. He had to sacrifice the line to keep up, but he kept pressure on the lead car, and I think Yamashita felt the pressure. But at the same time, I mean, Yamashita, you can't phase him because look at this, nearly perfect outside zone 1, nice flick there, and tries to fill outside zone 2. A little bit of a bobble going to outside zone 3, but overall, this is a very, very good lead run by Yamashita. Look at that. That's like the line that you have to, textbook lead car material. So Ishikawa following him that close. That's a good job by Ishikawa, keeping the pressure on Yamashita. Now I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with Yamashita giving chase to Ishikawa.
And that's going to be the thing right there for Ishikawa. Ishikawa is definitely going to have to focus in on that outer zone 1 and trying to fill it completely all the way to the end and then being able to carry it all the way through the rest of the course just like Yamashita did. But Yamashita, on the other hand, he's nothing new to this. He's been to the finals. He had a lot of pressure on him.
There's Ito from Team Weld. He is the spotter and also the team owner of Team Weld, which is the car that Yamashita's driving. And to the right is Ishikawa's car. Team Droopy. I think they have like a rivalry too, so.
Oh, this is going to be interesting right here. Like I said, they've battled multiple times, and I think you said they had a battle in the previous year. It was very intense. And here they are coming up right here. Ishikawa coming in with a nice initiation. See if he can get all the way to the outside of outer zone 1. And there he is, jipping a little bit of a tire there. But Yamashita mimicking everything that he's given out. And there they are coming through the touch and go to outer zone 1 to outer zone 3. And transitioning over to the inside clip. Not sure what happened right there with Yamashita. He lost a little bit of proximity, but then he came in close and finished off strong.
I'll tell you what happened and why he lost a little bit of proximity. Here we go. So now Yamashita's giving chase, and Ishikawa's leading. Nice flick there by Ishikawa. Looks like he does a good job starting on outside zone 1, but he goes right off, 2 tires off at outside zone 1. Yamashita doing a good job staying in the smoke line, but yet keeping proximity. Then right there, Ishikawa does not get right back on gas. He had to extend his car, and that's where Yamashita almost lost drift there, and that kind of threw him off guard, and that's where Ishikawa kind of took off.
And here you go. We're going to get another view of it right here.
Yeah, so because I could hear the car when they drove by, and he was on the e-brake, because I think Ishikawa knew that he wasn't all the way out to the wall. So let's go ahead and check that out from the drone view. Good job all the way till here, then right here, then he didn't make it all the way, then boom. Do you see the the slight stall by Ishikawa? And Yamashita actually tried to avoid that and reacted, but he did a really good job because he kind of played it off, because it did look like he lost a little bit of momentum. He got right back on it and went back into chase mode.
So there you go. I mean, that's the experience that he has under his belt, being the champ himself, points leader at 321, and hoping to get to the Final Four to move closer to that podium position. So here we are. Ryan Lontaine is going to go right to Yamashita. Yoichi Mimura to Yamashita, and looks like Koichi Yamashita is going to get the win and move on to the Final Four.
Wow, so he's going to be leading the series. Oh, but you know what? All the guys, well, I guess minus Takahashi and also Kusaba, I think the top 3 is still here, because Hibino is still in the mix. Minowa is still in the mix. But we have all these other extremely skilled drivers out here to mess it all up.
You're right.
So is Minowa going to beat Matsukawa and move on and beat Yamashita himself to keep him from blasting away in points for the championship? Or is Matsukawa going to have his Hiroshima pride, show his fans what's up, and move on and go against Yamashita and take revenge of what just happened with Ishikawa?
Exactly. Shinji definitely needs this win because he's sitting a little over 200 points right now. So he definitely needs this win to stay in the fight for the #1 spot for the season. And here they are right here. Minowa in the lead. Matsukawa in the chase right here. 3-2-1 cone. Oh, coming in. Look at Matsukawa. Oh, but Matsukawa getting washed out right there, going into the gravel pit while Minowa is finishing off right here to outer zone 3. Not realizing what happened right here, transitioning over to the inside clip. Matsukawa able to get out of the pit. But need to see this replay to see what happened to cause Matsukawa to bobble out to outer zone 1. Here they are right here, coming out of the chicane. Robbie's really starting to analyze to see what happened. There's a little bobble by Matsukawa, and then...
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking maybe something happened in the lead where Minowa
slowed down or
didn't
something.
Get back on gas, but he was on throttle. You could see the tire smoke coming from his car already, and I think it was more of Matsukawa thinking that he was going to be going faster, and it looked like he shot in a little bit too much and had contact. Let's go ahead and check this out, because at initiations, usually that's where we allow cars to decel, and if there's an extreme decel, yes, we understand, but there you go, initiate, and he got back on gas. Yeah, I think it looks like Matsukawa kind of dove in a little bit too much.
There you go, Minowa finishing off his lap right there. That's a rough one right there for Team Droopy. Team Droopy already lost Junya Ishikawa against his battle against Yamashita that you just saw. So let's see. Anything can happen now. We've seen it all this weekend. So Matsukawa still has a fighting chance. He has to bank that Minowa, depending on how Minowa is going to perform here.
All right, like I said, like I brought up earlier, you know, I think among drivers and teams and stuff like that, and I hear it all the time where they're always like, oh, yeah, you know, this guy's playing games, that guy's playing games. Yes and no. Maybe it does happen, which, you know, I would not want to happen. But at the same time, I think a lot of people overthink it, saying that because of the speed difference, there's a little bit of a, how can I say it? There's an area where everything doesn't go smoothly. Obviously, we have two cars going, you know, close to 100-mile-an-hour entry, maybe even more, and, you know, keeping it smooth and clean, it's really, really hard to do. And a split slight of something being different could cause any kind of collision or any kind of, how can I say it?
Contact with
Yeah,
one another.
contact or anything. So obviously, the driver that's, you know, leading or chasing, they only know what's going on in their car, and they automatically think like, oh yeah, this guy's doing this to me or that guy's doing this to me. No, you know, I mean, I think a lot of the times we have to go back to the whole essence of drifting, you know, where the chase car has to at least be a little alert on what's going to happen with the lead car, especially at entry. You know, you can't, I know you can't let them go, because if the lead car slows down too much and takes off, and if you don't take off as fast as they can, you can get left. But at the same time, there's a very, very fine line of the speed difference when you have to go into initiation and the, you know.
Exactly, because like you're saying, the momentum they're carrying through this stretch right here, it's insane. They're coming with some heat. Granted, they have to carry it through, transition and all that, so you have to understand what you're doing in that chase position, because that lead car is just going to give you that 100 point. Whether it's fast, slow, or whatever, you have to adapt to how they're going to perform. And there you go. Looks like the team is taking their 5-minute competition timeout. Ensuring that everything's good, but looks like they got the front end jacked up on the car.
Yeah, because he went off course and he ate the bumper.
Speaking of eating, I just saw some, they have this shaved ice, which they call kakigori here in Japan, and we just saw a few of the fans carrying some around. And with this heat blazing
you know
down,
what? Man, we're here, and I'm like maybe, I don't know, 100 feet.
Time left.
I'm like 100 feet away from the shaved ice, but I bet you they're going to close up the store by the time this event's done, and we're not going to be able to eat any.
So what you're trying to say is somebody that's listening maybe.
No.
Hey.
No way.
But here we are right here. They have about 2 minutes left on the clock. Let's see if they can get their car back out. They're trying to represent for their fan base that came out here to support them. Minoa is at the line ready to go for his chase position. So if you're just tuning in, this is in a jam-packed weekend. We had FDJ2. Now we're in FDJ series. So here we are, have all these cars. We had 45 cars competing for 32 spots. And here we are down to our grade 8, moving on to our final 4. Crazy battles, crazy weekend, huge weekend. I love these double headers because it keeps everything active, keeps everything moving. And then you get to see both aspects of, you got FDJ2, the feeder series, feeding into the FDJ series. So it's awesome seeing that, seeing the cars that come out and the different style of cars that come out too.
Yeah, so I think all of the judges agree on the collision happening and the going off course of Matsukawa happening is actually caused by the chase car. So I think they are almost done. They are buttoning up his car so he could go back to the finish line. And, you know, hands down to the mechanics, yeah. I'm sorry, the start line. But, yeah, hands down to the mechanics and everybody behind the scenes. Everybody who has anything to do with this, even the sponsors, you know, the fans, you guys watching us on live stream, and also the officials working. You know, it's everybody's working hard for this event to happen. So thank you to you all. And it looks like Matsukawa is going to the start line, lining up next to Minoa.
But yeah, hands down to his crew, getting through that 5-minute competition timeout, scoring him away and getting him ready to go to be in the lead position against Shinji Minoa and his JZX90 Mark II. So you got Shinji Minoa and his team, or Heyman TM Lambo, Cylon tire, huge stamped on the side right there. JZX90 going against Matsukawa with his Hiroshima Toyota tire, Toyota Team Droopy, sorry about that. Representing Hiroshima, has a huge fan base out here. And like Robbie was saying, this is the closest track to where they're from, so they're definitely wanting to represent and make things happen for Team Droopy.
Yeah, let's see Matsukawa lay down a crazy lead run. And like I always say, you never know until both runs are done for drifting. So
looks like they're getting the go-ahead to start. Matsukawa in the lead, Minowa in the chase. Shinji Minowa actually podiumed last time. Let's see how he's going to perform here. Here they are coming around, coming into outer zone 1. Matsukawa carrying it through. Oh, dipping almost 4 tires right there, coming around to the touch and go. Trying to keep the car on the course, and there it is, Shinji Minowa trying to keep that proximity right there, taking a real short line, not getting all the way out at outer zone 3 right there, and definitely losing some proximity to the finish.
Yeah, basically the run ended right when the lead car actually went off course on the outside zone 1, but I know Matsukawa wanted to do all he can to show everybody his skills. He did go, that's almost 4 tires off at the outside zone 1. And at this point, the run already ended, and he gets an incomplete. But
there you go, to see the finish right there. Yeah, like you're saying, right at the beginning right there on that running stretch, if they show the replay again, something flew off of Matsukawa's car. Not sure what flew off, but here we are. Ryan Lontaine's going to go right to Minowa. Yoichi Mamura with Minowa. So Shinji Minowa is going to get the win and move on to the Final 4. So this is huge for him, getting a podium last time. And here he is coming to the Final 4. But he has a tough battle against the champ himself, Yamashita, and see if he can knock him down a little bit on his points.
Yeah, but hands down to Team Droopy for getting the car back on track, and also the fight that they put up. I'm pretty sure that their fans and the hometown is very proud of them with Ishikawa and Matsukawa's performance this weekend, because it was pretty phenomenal to see how they drove for qualifying, and also the tandem. They both made it all the way to the grade 8, but they unfortunately lost at the grade 8. But a lot of hustle, a great job to the team.
Lining up right here, coming up is going to be Yoshihiko Tamagawa in his JZA80 Supra going up against the loud four-rotor twin-turbo engine himself, Tetsuya Hibino in the Liberty Walk Racing S15. Yeah, so if you're looking, check out this S15 right here. Beautiful kit, beautiful everything, phenomenal, sounds amazing, but you should have seen it last round. I think it was missing almost every panel off the car, the amount of damage it sustained. So beautiful job by the Team Liberty Walk over here, putting it back together, making it look like a brand new car. And then once again, they're all about show. They're all about go. Look at this four-rotor twin turbo. Here they are.
He's burning a lot of rubber on the straightaway.
Tamagawa right here, but look at that. Hibino's closing it in right here in outer zone 1. Tamagawa a little deep, dipped the tire or so, but Hibino's definitely got to pick it up right here, coming through the transition point into outer zone 3. There he is right there, closing it in right now on Tamagawa, and Tamagawa just giving a smoke show, making Hibino fight for that tandem position.
Yeah, Tamagawa did go in a little bit too deep on the outside zone 1, but other than that, looks like a fairly good lead run. Now, it looks like Hibino lost a little bit of traction on the straightaway and was gapped by Tamagawa slightly. He had to run a slightly smaller line through here, outside zone 1. But right there too, outside zone 3, in order for him to keep the proximity there, he had to run a smaller line going to outside zone 3. But even after that, he wasn't able to get on Tamagawa's door or quarter panel or anywhere near there. So now we're going to have to see how Hibino is going to be leading Tamagawa. This is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, Tamagawa's been doing a phenomenal job all weekend, been very consistent on his runs, but like you said, Hibino, he performs very well in that lead position, and he does throw a lot of angle, so we'll see how he's going to do carrying it through outer zone 1 in this transition point through the touch and go in outer zone 2. So there you go, you can see smoke clouds clearing so these drivers can be ready to go. Here they come. Beautiful clear skies.
Just the sun is really beating down on us right now.
It is, but what's one thing that the driver was telling me yesterday, I think it was actually Yukio Fausto that came and told me, he's like, the sun destroyed it for him because he was coming in for his qualifying run yesterday. He said he just got blinded between smoke and sun, and it was just insane. So
yeah, and that's the term they use is muscle memory. They're going to have to drive through the track, and some of the areas are going to be very hard to see because of the smoke and the sun, and they're just going to have to go off of what they did before for practice. You know, it's really hard.
You know better than I do, so I'll go with what you say. But here we go right here. Hibino is going to be on the lead while we have Tamagawa on the chase. Like I said, Hibino loves being in the lead position right here. He likes to flick some angle, throw some smoke, and make that driver fight for that quarter panel. And here they come from outer zone 1 in this transition point, carrying it all the way through that touch and go. Tamagawa right there, closing that proximity right here. Getting a little bit shallower line on him, but look at that, right up against his door. Tamagawa doing a beautiful job. Oh, what's going to happen right here? Look at that, carrying it all the way through. And I even got lost right there in the smoke. I thought Hibino was kicking way too much angle, but man.
Hey, that didn't even look like smoke. It looked like an object coming out of the tire because it was so thick. Look at this. Cool flick, so much angle, but he doesn't, he's not able to take it all the way out to the outside zone. Well, he feels it okay, doesn't go as far. And man, look at that. He kicks it, so much style, so much aggression and angle. Tamagawa all up in his door, but look at this.
That hard flick, I thought he lost it, and I was like, oh, wait, what am I thinking here? He likes to throw that hard angle, but man, Tamagawa is right there the whole entire time. So there you go. I can barely see the screen right now. Here we go. Let's see the drone footage. Here they are coming up. Look at that hard flick coming into outer zone 1, approaching it. Smoke trail all the way through. But there you go right there. Tamagawa starts diving in on him.
Ooh, that was super close on outside zone 3 too.
And that's what we want to see right there. Beautiful job by both drivers. So we'll see here. That's the rough decision being in these tandem battles, is it's no longer about angle and all that other. It's all about, you know, lead to lead, chase to chase, run and see how they do. It's not just giving them the point score like it is for qualifying.
Yeah, so if I have to give the best style score, it would probably be that run right now by Hibino, because that was an amazing lead run. I mean, it was the flick, the angle he carried, and the preciseness of being on the line.
Here we go.
That was amazing.
Oh, Ryan Lantain with a one more time. Yoshimi Mori with a one more time. And I agree with both of them, and all three of them is going to be a one more time battle between the two.
This was way too good to make a call which car which, because I would have to say that Hibino beat Tamagawa on the lead, and Tamagawa beat Hibino on the chase, and pretty much it was almost even on both ends. But I would have to say Hibino's lead was crazy. If he could pull that off and get a little closer to Tamagawa, he might be able to defeat him. And also Tamagawa, if Tamagawa could kick out a little bit more angle at all the outside zones and not dip his tires, that would actually bring him the win as well. So let's watch that one more time, because I think it was worth it.
So next going up is going to be Tomoki Tanaka going against Nobushige Kumakubo in his 370Z, bringing it out for the first time, first event of the season for him. He wasn't out last season, so this has been quite some time since he competed here in FDJ, but he's been doing a phenomenal and consistent job all day long. But at the same time, Tanaka has been doing just as much right there, and here he is in the lead position. Tanaka coming in, qualifying sixth here. Let's see how he's going to do. Swinging around to outer zone 1. Kumakubo right there, closing that proximity, coming in into this touch and go right here, trying to stay clear out of the smoke trail and trying to get into that pocket in that zone where he needs to be, and taking it real deep right there for Kumakubo. Look at that job, that lead job right there by Tanaka.
Wow, great job by Tanaka. I really like how he took it all the way out, super huge amount of angle, a lot of throttle, great lead run by Tanaka.
So we're on the right side of the bracket right now for our grade A. So here goes the replay. Robbie's analyzing it right now.
No, I was just going and watching how he started, because it was kind of weird on the straightaway. It seemed like Tanaka wasn't actually, he wasn't accelerating on the straightaway. I don't know if he missed a gear or something. So it didn't look like he caught as much speed as he was supposed to. But I got to say, both of the drivers did a fairly good job, whatever that happened on straight, because I can't tell from here. I won't be able to tell from here right now. So we'll go ahead and see the second run and analyze both the runs.
And here they are pulling up. So like I said before, we already finished the left side. We have Koichi Yamashita going against Shinji Mino on the left side. We're trying to finish the right side. We have one more battle against Hibino and Tamagawa. But here we are on our tables being turned, where Kumakubo is going to be leading and Tanaka is going to be on the chase. Here we are, Kumakubo's car 370Z with a VR38 going against Tanaka's JZX 100, powered by a Monster 2J. So Tomoki Tanaka with the V-Style Good Ride with Tetsuya going against the one and only with the Speedster Racing with Team Orange. Right here, coming into Outer Zone 1. Oh, not sure what's going on.
Something happened to Tanaka's car, and that's probably what happened on the straightaway earlier, too.
Yeah, here he is coming around, closing that proximity, keeping it close to Kumakubo. Kumakubo carrying it through to this transition right here into the inside clip. And yeah, definitely need to check out that replay to Outer Zone 1, because I can't tell if...
No, that was something happened to Tanaka's car, and he pretty much straightened. So, Kumakubo is leading, and he does a good job on the flick. Just makes his way out to the outside zone 1, and right there Tanaka's car had to reinitiate. So pretty much that's just an incomplete already. Kumakubo is just finishing off his run as the lead car. And there you are. I mean, this is, man, I mean, Tanaka was doing so good this weekend, and it's unfortunate for him to have, I mean, obviously it's probably some kind of trouble. I don't know, you know, I'm not 100% on it, but that's what it seems like. That's what it looks like.
There you go, Ryan Lontaine going with Kumakubo, Yoichi Mimura, Kumakubo. So Nobushige Kumakubo gets the win and moving on to the Final Four.
Congratulations to Kumakubo. The tandem specialist is here, and he's back with the new car, and he already made it all the way to the Final Four. This just shows how much of a skillful driver he is. He just came out of nowhere, and now he's in the Final Four.
So we have one more battle left, which is our one more time going against Tamagawa in his JZ80 Super, going against Hibino in his Liberty Walk S15. Let's see how this is going to pan out. And there you go, getting the car squared away. We'll see how the car guy racing Supra is going to compare to this Liberty Walk S15.
Yeah, so did you see that? They were fixing his rear quarter panel right now, as you can see on the screen. I think he grazed the wall. Why do I keep saying glaze?
Because you want
like
some glazed
donuts. Yeah, I want to eat some donuts. I want to eat some Krispy Kreme here. Yo. Yeah, so there you go. There's Hibino. Very chill guy. Very nice guy. I've known him for a long time. And he's, you know, A86 guy as well. He's been driving Corollas for a long time as well. Oh.
Yeah, they're giving us some shade.
Yeah, I'm happy that they gave us shade, but they didn't warn us. So I thought something was falling right now. It freaked me out.
So you'll see the cameras whenever it views. We have these wing trailers. So in Japan, they got wing trailers that open up on both sides, and we actually have everything set up for us. But look at this.
Yeah, Hibino is getting into his car and getting ready for his one more time battle against Tamagawa. And earlier, it looked like they were fixing something. Right there, look at that. They were taping up his rear quarter panel on the left side. That means he did get super close to the wall, because that's what it looked like from that overview the drone footage.
That means they're pulling out another fender for him for next round.
Or, you know, they might just put white tape and yellow tape.
No, they don't do it that way at Liberty Walk. Liberty Walk does it right. They do clean builds. If you missed it or if you were able to see it, Liberty Walk was out here with their Lamborghini, getting a demo run out here. Insane driving. Beautiful job.
Yeah, Taniguchi drove that Liberty Walk Lamborghini. I got some footage of that too. So if you want to go ahead and check out my let me advertise my YouTube channel right here.
Yeah.
Hey Man Robbie.
Check it out. Search menu, Hey Man Robbie, you'll see it. He likes to get coverage behind the scenes of every event.
Make sure you give us a follow. Also, FD Japan, Formula Drift Japan, Formula Drift USA. Well, Formula Drift USA is just Formula Drift USA. And you got JZ_Kenji, Kenny Harris right here. You could check out what kind of person he is in his normal life. He's like a normal guy, normal car guy. You know,
Just
he's just
a normal
like,
person.
Yeah, he's in the military. He's okay.
Yeah, Robbie's
okay
same thing.
Yeah, I'm all right.
He's an okay driver too, you know.
Yeah, then look at this, spectators. I'm so happy to see a stand with people in it. Look at that. They got the wave going.
They got the wave going.
They got the wave going there. Look at that.
So that's actually the team / spotter section, but still they're out here coming in deep, supporting everybody and out here that's finishing off competing. So good on them. Thank you on them. But yeah, definitely go check out the Formula Drift Japan Instagram page. You know, they got a lot of good coverage going on. Yeah, they got a lot going on there, and I actually took the Instagram over a little bit, get a little bit of behind the scenes, because that's the thing that you guys don't get to see being on this live. You don't get to see too much of the pit action, how these teams are coming out and represent in their pit areas, you know, I wouldn't say decorating, but representing their sponsors.
Yeah, and you know, make sure after they lift all the restrictions and makes it a lot easier for us to travel, come visit Japan. Come check out the country. A lot of warm, welcoming people sometimes. I'm not going to say all the time, but yeah, it's a great country, beautiful country. Food is good. People are nice. It's safe. Yes, you could leave your wallet in the middle of the
street
intersection and somebody will, you know, recover for you. It's a very safe country. I mean, there's bad things that do happen, but it's a very nice place to come. So you can also make your way to one of the tracks in Japan, whether if that's on the west, east, wherever, every circuit. And come visit us if you have a chance. You know, if you have a chance to swing by, if we have an event, Formula Drift Japan, we do cover some of the major international tracks, such as Okayama Circuit. Next month we have Fuji Speedway, beautiful facility as well. Come visit us, come say hi, and come cheer on the drivers. I know, you know, not a lot of people speak English in Japan, but it's also interesting to interact and try to get, you know, the words out of each other, because it becomes kind of funny sometimes.
And it creates friendship too. So at the same time, but speaking of, we also got the FDJ2 going on too. So go check out FDJ2, check out the Formula Drift page for the FDJ2 coverage. Give some love to those guys. But yeah, I can't help where the camera's at. I would love to just go ahead and send a camera over to the pit so you guys could check it out. But right now, it's kind of out of my control.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are out of our control. The only thing we could do is just give you guys information on what we know.
But yeah, what do y'all want to know out there? We have a little bit of time right here waiting for this Tamagawa Hibino one more time happen to get to our Final Four. What do you guys want to know out there?
Hello, Japan, and hello to wherever you're from. Oh, it's going fast. There's what happened? There's a lot of Japanese in this one. Oh, it says the Japanese live stream have actually went down. So, 皆さんもうすぐ日本のライブストリームも復活すると思うんで、もうしばらくお待ちください。英語のやつでちょっとお付き合いくださいね。Hello.
Or you could just stay here. We will teach you some English and
Yes.
show you the way.
And this is my pen that I click.
There you go, Texas up there. Hey, we appreciate y'all staying up. I know it's late out there, wherever you're at in the world. thank you very much. I know you guys could just come back to this later on and watch it, but you're here with us live. You get to hear us mess up right here on live, and you get to see the live action on what's going on. Israel's out there. Question of where we sleep between the races. There's actually lodging here on the premises, and we stay there on the premises. We chill here, and then.
Yeah. Well, right now, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we are having a technical difficulties with the Japanese live stream. That's why we have a lot of Japanese comments in here too. 皆さん今ですね、日本のライブストリームの方がちょっとだけトラブルがありまして。もう少々お待ちください。復帰できると思うので、もうすぐもう対戦もね始まると思うので、皆さんもう少々お待ちください。本当にごめんなさい。スタッフの方は頑張ってやっております。
Las Vegas, New York City, Russia. Look at this man right here. He's doing translating, judging, commentating, cone picking upping,
and driving.
Oh yeah, and 8 hours of driving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
unfortunately,
Kenny doesn't even drive for me. It's
I don't do anything.
Just kind of leave me in the dark.
I literally just carry a conversation with him out here.
いや皆さん本当にご覧いただきありがとうございます。もうしばらく、お待ちください。まあもうすぐですね。また激しい走りを見られると思うので、ぜひ、ちょっとだけお待ちください。僕らの話を、お聞きしながら復活してるみたいです。もしかしたら復活してるみたいなので。
I like that accent.
日本のライブストリーム復活してるかもしれません。
So here we are right here. Looks like they're lined up and ready to go. Tamagawa is going to be on the lead. Hibino is going to be on the chase here for the one more time.
Who is going to be filling the last spot for the final four? Is it going to be Tetsuya Hibino or Yoshihiko Tamagawa?
East Coast, a little after 2 a.m. Thank y'all for getting up early or staying up late. But don't leave your seats because a lot of action's about to happen right here in this JZ80.
Here we go. Let's go. No! Restart Tamagawa. I think it might be a pylon touchy.
Got us a little excited.
Yeah.
So here we are right now. Tamagawa is going to be in the lead in his JZ80 Super by Hibino in his S15. And why talk? Because Hibino's just going to muffle me out when he comes flying by this touch and go to outer zone 2.
Yeah, I'm just going to zip it.
All right, like you said, last slot for Final Four. So far on the left side of the bracket, we have Yamashita going against Minoa. And Kumakubo's filling that last slot so far on the right side of the bracket, waiting for his contender. Who is it going to be here, Tamagawa or Hibino? All right, looks like they're ready to go now. Made it through safely. Tamagawa coming up right here. Hibino trying to close. Definitely has a better proximity coming in, but look at that hard angle. He's kicking at Tamagawa. Tamagawa trying to carry it all the way out. A little bit short on the outer zone. I don't know. Hibino looked like he maybe did too much there in outer zone 1, but here he is. He definitely has to close his proximity because we need to see a close head-to-head tandem battle. And man, he's just roasting tires. And Tamagawa's just doing his thing, finishing this course off.
Yeah, that was a lot more of a gap in between the two cars than the first run before this one more time. I think Hibino kicked it out pretty hard. Look at that gnarly angle, more angle than the lead car, but that kind of washes him out to a point where he is, I think it looks like he might be a tire or two off going through outside zone 1. And after that, he tries to run a shallower line through some of the zones, but he is nowhere near Tamagawa. And now I'm not going to say that Tamagawa is kicking as much angle as Hibino is, but at the same time, he isn't being too shallow as a lead car too. So I would have to say that was a fairly well lead run driven by Tamagawa, but there was a big gap created by Tamagawa, and Hibino kind of fell behind. So now we're going to have to see how it's going to be when Hibino's leading, but you know how much angle Hibino is going to be kicking, and with all that style, I want to see how Tamagawa is going to tackle it now that he knows what's going to happen driving behind Hibino.
Yeah, Hibino definitely was just roasting tires, trying to catch that, close to that proximity on him, but just couldn't. So we'll see here because like I said before, Hibino likes to throw some insane angle, but Tamagawa is definitely able to control that on his chase position on their previous battle.
So the cars are driving back to the start line. What did you say? How long was Okayama? 2.3?
Yeah, 2.3 miles is how long this track is. We're utilizing about
half of
I wouldn't even say half the track, probably a little less than half of the track. They have
1/3 maybe.
Exactly. They have this shortcut right here. The inner portion right there is where they store their emergency vehicles and stuff, and they created that wall. So that wall barrier is not always there.
Yeah, it's usually closed where the cars would drive past that outside zone 3 to the right and keep going to the left and go a little deeper on the track. But this is the portion that we are using, and it's always been great.
Definitely go check it out. Tamagawa definitely kind of let Hibino go on that. Let's see if Tamagawa can make up for his mistake there at the start line. But man, Hibino throwing all that smoke, making it hard to see. And here we are right here. Tamagawa is making up right there on that touch and go and just saying, you know what? I need to get right on that guy's door because he is making me lost in all that smoke. And look at that, Tamagawa right there on his door. Amazing job on the finish, but definitely had to sacrifice in that touch and go region.
Wow, that was a very risky move by Tamagawa, but at the same time, he couldn't keep up and he couldn't catch up to Hibino all the way until the end of the track. Look at this. He had to, Tamagawa's nowhere near the touch and go. Hibino deep on outside zone 3.
Grazing that wall. Man, Hibino grazing that wall with his left fender. They're picking up the scraps right now. But yeah, like you said, Tamagawa did a really risky move. Not sure what happened. Almost like he got caught sleeping at the line. So we'll see. Not sure if it was a factor of how bright it was out or what, but that was not what he wanted because he definitely got lost there in outer zone 1 and had to sacrifice his touch and go in outer zone 2 to get where he needed to be. So we'll see here. Right there, that's the look from outer zone 1 coming in, but here we are right here, the replay for Tamagawa in the lead position. Hibino throwing some hard angle right there from the start, keeping that proximity. Lost it right there, coming through the touch and go. So they both had their fair share of gap. But yeah, Hibino unable to close that proximity afterwards. So like you said, Robbie, it's rough when the driver's put in the hands of the judge.
Man, that's an inactive chase at the beginning.
Man, but he fought through those clouds right there, Tamagawa did.
Yeah, and Tamagawa had to run a very shallow line just to catch up at the end too.
But I mean,
and he missed and
he missed 2 zones, yeah, or 2 zones right there, and he missed the touch and go. So definitely was sacrificing a lot to make it a tandem battle. But was it enough to give him the sway for the win to move on to the Final Four? We'll have to see here what the judges have to say. There you go. You can see the Liberty Walk team anticipating what the call is going to be. In front of them, we have the Jumbotron on the Tundra. And here we are. Ryan Lontane's going with it one more time. Yoichi Mamura is going to go with Hibino, and Robbie Nishida is going to go with Hibino. So Tetsuya Hibino is going to get the win and move on to the Final Four.
So the move Tamagawa made at the beginning, that's actually what we are probably looking at. And I believe that the one more time is also a good call by Ryan Lantain. But I think me and Imamura kind of heavily put it on where Hibino's run, the lead run was really, really good with a lot of angle. And yes, he dipped a tire at outside zone 1. but he grazed the wall. He was everywhere he had to be with a lot of angle. Tamagawa had a good line, but he wasn't as deep on angle. So I think we kind of gave it to Hibino because of his lead. Now the chase, both chase pretty much is a draw because they were both no proximity, but at the same time, Hibino didn't have a choice and he was trying. Versus Tamagawa basically left the light late and gave him the space and tried to catch up. Now, when he tried to catch up, he had to run a really shallow line to catch up and finally made it to Hibino's door after the outside zone 3, which is towards the end of the track. And I would understand if Tamagawa rode the outside line and made it and got close to him at the end. I get it, but he actually had to cheat a lot of line, or he had to cheat the line to get close to the lead car. And giving him all that space at the beginning. So I wouldn't have to say, I don't want to say that it was done on purpose, but that might have been bad tactics on his end.
Yeah, you're right on that. That's the big thing right there, especially with Tamagawa having to, he didn't straighten out or anything, but he took all those shallow lines, and Hibino the whole time on his chase, you could see the smoke show he was given. He was just burning rubber the whole time, so he wasn't trying to not chase. Yeah,
he was trying to chase. I mean, I saw him where he was running a smaller line at outside zone 3 and stuff like that, but he was trying to do that. And like you said, don't leave it on our hands, because basically the way Tamagawa chased, it did not look like he was trying to get close to him until the end, because he had that power or grip difference. I'm not sure. But this is the way it went. But there was also a vote by Lantain. It was a one more time. Yeah. And I think that was a very close one, in our opinion. But that's two votes going to Hibino. So Hibino's going to be moving on. He's going to be going against Kumakubo. And now we are here at the Final Four. Finally here at the Final Four.
Final Four. So here we are for our first battle on the left side of the bracket. It's going to be Koichi Yamashita, the champ himself, sitting at the points lead. Knows the podium, been there multiple times, going against one man that took it last event, Shinji Minoa, in his JZX90. Coming up, he wants the podium, he wants to be in the running still for this lead in the series. Currently, Minoa's third, so he definitely needs to knock the champ off right here. So here they are coming into outer zone 1. Minoa coming in, trying to close that proximity. There it is. Yamashita dipping a tire or two right there, but here he is coming to that touch and go. Carrying it around, look at that, diving in by Minoa right there and carrying it to outside right there by Yamashita, coming up to the inside clip. And Yamashita pulling a little bit away right there at the end.
Yeah, so that was a very good job by Yamashita. It wasn't like he was trying to play runaway from the chase car. And looks like Minoa was just slowly losing proximity throughout the track, and he was doing everything he can with the line and the angle. He was slightly shallower on the line and the angle throughout the whole track, but he was giving good chase all the way up until here, until they left outside zone 2 area. And this is where Yamashita started to gap a little, Minoa a little, but I would have to say that was maybe a textbook tandem run, where the lead driver was slightly faster than the chase car, but then the chase car was trying to hang on and stay on the same line. I think he did a good job mimicking the lead car, and the lead car was also doing a great job on doing what he was supposed to do throughout the track.
Now, a lot of the comments were saying right at the start that looks like Yamashita's car had something leaking. I don't know if he had a cooler going or what, but we'll see. It looks like everything was fine there. Nothing's being said by the crew. They're checking them out, making sure it's good.
It might be like a cooler or water sprayer or something, yeah.
So, yeah, like everybody's saying, maybe water.
His cool suit was leaking.
He was getting excited.
Out, yeah. It wasn't the cool suit.
It was him something else. Excited. But here we are. Minoa is going to be in the lead position while Yamashita's in the chase. Yamashita's definitely going to have to close this proximity to make it a better, I wouldn't say easily judged, but he definitely needs to close the proximity and make this a good tandem battle. But look at this. Look at this right here. Minoa coming into outer zone 1. Let's see if he's going to fill all of outer zone 1. Very shallow, very, very shallow in outer zone 1. Look at that. Yamashita keeping that close proximity, coming around to outer zone 2, squeezing into outer zone 3 here. And Yamashita trying to keep that proximity. Had a little correction right there in outer zone 3 and see if he can carry around to the inside clip. And man, Yamashita doing his thing. But Minoa definitely kind of holding out right there in outer zone 1.
Yeah, so the lead car, this may actually come down to the comparison of the lead car on both runs right here. Minoa does a good job initiating, and right here he does not get as close as he's supposed to on the outside zone. Looks like Yamashita is actually tracing the line a little better than when Minoa was chasing him. Now Minoa does a good job on the outside zone 3, good amount of angle, but he cannot shake Yamashita right there. He doesn't get super close to Minoa doesn't get super close to Yamashita, but I'm sorry, Yamashita doesn't get super close to Minoa, but he is within range where he can try to catch up as well. So now we're going to have to go and look. I think this is going to be a lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase deal where...
Yeah, here we go. Ryan Lontaine is going to go with Yamashita. Yoichi Mimura is going to go with Yamashita. And Robbie Nishida with Yamashita. So Koichi Yamashita gets the sweep and gets the win and moving on to the finals.
Wow, Yamashita is moving on to the finals. And I guess Minoa is going to be settling because he actually got a podium because there's only 4 drivers. The other side of the bracket is 7th and 19th in qualify. So Minoa is 3rd place.
Not bad. Back-to-back podiums for him.
Now Yamashita is trying to gap all the drivers that are under him in the championship, and there's one more driver that's right under him who is 2nd place in the points ranking right now, car number 4, Hibino, and he is going against the veteran, car number 515, Kumakubo. These guys must have battled so many different times at D1 Grand Prix and previously at other events and maybe even at track day events. So they must have like some kind of history as well because, yeah, both the drivers have been around for a long time at various competitions. Very interested to see how this is going to turn out.
But we're going to see here. Because this is new builds for both of them, new powerhouses, insane powerhouses. So we're going to have to see how they're going to perform against one another in this crazy challenge they got coming up.
All right, so where's my 4-rotor fans at? And where's my VR38 fans at? Because they're about to go head-to-head.
Here we go. Hibino is going to be in the lead position while Kumakubo is going to be in the chase. So Kumakubo's with the Speedster Racing with Team Orange. There you go. You could see it. His team ready to go.
Not ready to
or
go yet.
Or squaring it off to get it ready to go. Sorry about that.
He needs to close his hood if he's going to go. They're looking at something. I don't know if it is something going on with the motor. Hopefully it's nothing, you know.
But look at that motor crammed up under there. That's a lot of motor underneath that hood.
It's a lot of horsepower right there, too.
And then you have Tetsuya Hibino. He's with the Liberty Walk Racing team. 4-rotor, twin turbo, powerhouse. We'll see here.
Hey, we should start doing that like a for sale sign.
What are you talking about?
Or like a for sale ad, because you're like twin turbo, 4-rotor, power steering.
I know at this
AC
point.
works, sunroof, 20,000 miles, $3,000 or best offer.
There you go.
Yeah. So Kumakubo is in the car. They are chatting right now. I wonder what they're talking about right now. He looks serious.
We got a lot of rotary fans out here.
Uh-oh. No VR38 fans?
Oh, we had one. Oh, we have a few. No, I'm not saying one. We had a few. VR38 is much cooler, I heard. 4-rotor heaven.
I like 4-rotors because they sound cool.
Oh, yeah.
They sound different. But VR38 sound really cool, too.
They do.
So I like them both. But like talking about, you know, what engine's the best, you know me, I'm old school. 4AG, baby.
There you go.
4AG. Where's all my 4AG fans at?
You know, I can't say I like either of them. You know why? Because I just like stock. Because that's about all I can afford. So
Yeah, Kenny likes the stock one JZ. Hey,
There you go.
those
It
are
saves,
good, you know?
It saves tires. You know how it goes.
No, 4AGs save tires.
You right on that.
Yeah.
Cheap tires at that.
Yeah. So right now we are waiting. Things are looking kind of serious. I'm kind of a little worried about what's going on in the pits right now because the hood is open. Kumakubo does not look super happy because he's usually excited and happy before tandems because this is what he likes to do. So, man, really, really serious look on his face right now. And Kumakubo, like I said, he's a legend. He's a drifting legend. He's the owner of Ebisu Circuit in the Tohoku Safari Park. So I think Hibino is lining up, and as Hibino is lining up, now Kumakubo has to use a competition timeout, which he has only 5 minutes to figure out something is wrong with his car. We were right about something being wrong with the car. I hope he gets that squared away, whatever it is.
Yeah, so here it is. Let's see how his team performs here to get him squared away and put back onto that start line. So we'll see right here. Robbie's trying to get a little bit more news on what is going on with the vehicle. So we'll see here. So, like Robbie was just saying.
Yeah, I just heard from the tech guys, the engine isn't firing up. So they're troubleshooting right now, trying to figure out why it's not.
It's just the battery. It's not connected.
Man, I had this before, and I'm not sure if this is going to be any help, but it was that sensor, the flywheel, or I guess they call it the cam angle sensor or whatever on the BQ. It was that sensor that was on the bottom of the car.
We had one person bringing up history right here. They wanted him to bring the Evo back out.
Yeah, that would be dope. I think one of the Evos are still parked at
Ebisu, one of the
Ebisu. I think I saw it there, but all right. So we got 4 minutes to go. Man,
just go ahead and push start it. All right, let's see. Look at that. That's a lot of engine under that hood.
See, this is the big problem they were running into because I think they didn't build this car from scratch. It was somewhat already put together. So it's going to be hard for them to reverse engineer to see what's going on with the car because some things may be in a certain way, and some teams and some mechanics. Some tuners do things in a different way as well, so I'm not sure if that's it.
3 minutes left?
Yeah, 3:04 right now. So now we have under 3 minutes to go. And I'm pretty sure Hibino's waiting at the line thinking, please get the car fixed. And I know that they don't want any easy wins where it's a buy run because the car doesn't make it.
So we'll see here. Hibino's ready to go. But yes, this is the final battle on the right side of the bracket to get to the finals here. It's been a long day and a long, tough fight from top 32. Here we are now to top 16, and now we're here to the finals. Moving into the finals, that is, getting into the final slot. Koichi Yamashita just defeated Shinji Minowa in their battle on the left side of the bracket. But luckily enough, Shinji Minowa qualified 4th place, putting him in position to be on the podium in 3rd.
Man, I'm guessing there's probably 2 minutes left. And it doesn't look like things are looking good.
I don't like getting this far into the bracket and then this happens. Because Kumakubo, like I said in his last battles, he has been pure consistent with this vehicle and with his performance.
Hey, so let me tell you a little bit about 2 years ago, where it was Andrew Gray versus Yamashita, and they were 1st and 2nd in points. Okayama 2 years ago was the last round, and they both made it all the way to the finals. And Yamashita was a few points away from being a champion, and Andrew Gray was leading. And what happened was Yamashita's car started with fluid, and they couldn't fix it within the 5-minute rule, and he had to actually call it. He lost his championship because of a single.
I'm not sure if they're trying to push start it or what, but it looks like they are.
I think they're trying to run it. Yeah, but then that happened too, because that was like the whole series. It all came down to the final. To find out who won. And they ended up not being able to fight, and they got second place, and Andrew Gray got the win.
Seeing that's never.
That's called drama. How can we, you know how a lot of people, oh, that's rigged. How can we rig that? That's some crazy Harvard University calculation out there, you know? I'm not that smart.
Exactly, especially dealing with these high horsepower cars that are stroked out, pushing every single one of these engines to the limit. Anything can happen.
Yeah. So I think they're doing everything they can, and it doesn't sound like they were able to fire their car up, and I am... Yeah.
Maybe they can Flintstone.
It's got to be one of the sensors.
Yeah.
And like I said, it might be that crank angle sensor. Here we go, 5 seconds, and that's it. Man, that
is a way
sucks.
to fall
really
short
sucks.
right there for Team Orange right there. The Speedster Racing with Team Orange definitely was unable to get the car successfully started, so the competition 5-minute timeout expired. Very unfortunate, like you said, but Kumakubo is an amazing driver, very experienced, has done a phenomenal job all day, yesterday and today, so hands down to him and his team.
Yeah, exactly.
First time coming out here.
Yep.
First time coming out this season, first time bringing this car out, so definitely they know they got to get some kinks out of this car and get a better understanding of it.
I think I looked at his Instagram post a couple days ago, and I think that was like the first test day they had too, so I'm pretty sure he only had this car for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, I'm not sure. But
here we are right here. Hibino's going to go ahead and do his buy run. Liberty Walk S15 coming around. Look at this. He's going to show it out for the fans out here in his team Liberty Walk right here sitting in front of us. And here he is coming through the touch and go.
Look at that. Look at that awesomeness.
Need I even speak for that?
If he would have pulled off a run like that, I think he would have qualified first. I mean, he was being a lot more conservative yesterday for qualify.
He was. But right there you go. Hibino, Tetsuya Hibino is going to be moving on to the finals. He's running second place right now, overall point score, going against the lead champion himself, Yamashita. So this is definitely a battle that we want to see because Hibino wants to knock him down and get closer to points.
Yeah, so there's Kumakubo. He does not look super happy, but I think he is fulfilled because they were able to do a good job. There are problems that they have to overcome for the next event about the car and the problem that they just had, but great job to them once again, and I think he should be able to walk away with his head up high after this event. So let's go ahead and take a short break, and we'll be right back, and don't miss the finals because it's going to be
the number
crazy.
1 versus the number 2. Here we go.
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Alspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Moti.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, bounty.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Moti.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valenti.
Kumakubo 選手にインタビューさせていただきたいと思います。お時間いただきありがとう。 ざいます。ドリフトジャパン参戦いただいて、かなりいい走りを見せて盛り上がっていたんですけども、リタイア
そうですね、ベスト4の順番が来たので、さあ出発しようと思ってエンジンをかけようと思ったら、全くエンジンがかからなくて、もうそれまでベスト4の体制何の問題なんですよね。まあ逆に言ったらここまであまりにもできすぎたかなと思って、しばらくぶりに2年ぶりに大会出せていただいたんですけど、ドリフトの神様はそんなにね甘くはなかった。いきなり出てきて、勝てるほどドリフトは甘くないよっていう、神様に注意されたのかなって気がしますけど、でも久々に出てね、初めての車で車のポテンシャルも高いのが分かったし、いろいろちょっと弱点も強みも分かったので、次の富士に向けていい戦いができるような車に仕上がっているとは。
一瞬ちょっとでかくてたんだけど、いけそうな感じはあったんですか？
いや、手で押しました人力でかけようとしたんですけど、もう全然かかる気配もなくて、ちょっとね本当にこの新しいチームにトロフィーをプレゼントしたかったんですけど、どうしても単走が良くなかったので、今回多分4位かな、3位にはなれないので、ちょっと悔しいですよね。トロフィーをやっぱ、プレゼントしたかったなっていうのはちょっと悔しいところですね。はい、
すごく応援してくださってる方も多かったので、次回また期待しております。
そうですね。はい、ちょっと自分らしいね追走後ろ後追いができなかったので、ぜひ富士までにはもうちょっと腕と車を磨いて後追いを見せたいと思います。
ありがとうございました。Back to you guys.
Kumakubo said, it's been a while. It's been 2 years since he's joined FD Japan, and he said he's back. But he said the drift gods out there didn't make it easy for him to win. And he said this might be a warning for them saying, hey, it's not that easy. You're going to have to come back to try it again. So he said, okay. But he was happy with the result right now because the car, this was the first time he drove it. And also he said there's a lot of potential with this car, and he thinks he's going to be able to do good. Marina asked if, was there any chance the car was going to start? And he said, hey, well, we tried to push it, push started, but it didn't work. He really wanted a trophy for his team. It was a new team. He wanted to bring home hardware, but he couldn't this time. So he said next time, maybe next time. Obviously, he's not happy because, they couldn't make it. I think he's 4th place this time because of his qualify. So he said the qualify didn't go as well as he thought it was going to be, and also he couldn't do a good chase run as much as he thought he was going to be able to do all the way up until the final four. So he said he's going to practice a little bit more, look into the car, do more things to the car, and try to come back stronger. So I think he will.
So like you said, he's going to come back with some redemption for sure. But yeah, overall though, the performance and presence that he fulfills out here with his team, it doesn't seem like this was their first event in 2 years. It's like they just came back out after round 4. So phenomenal job by his team, phenomenal job by his presence.
Good successful weekend, and looking forward to seeing them in that car, seeing him and that car doing some crazy tandems at Fuji.
So yeah, for the biggest thing though is obviously we're live, so we run into those issues like you just faced right there. So we apologize for that, but Robbie was able to catch just enough to get what the interview was about. But here we are, built ourselves up to the finals, waiting for the cars to get up to the line. We're gonna have Koichi Yamashita going against Tetsuya Hibino. So if you're just joining in, you missed a lot of insane battles. You could check it out later, or you could scroll back and watch it all over again, but we made it to the end. We are here, ready to go. We're gonna have Koichi Yamashita, the points leader, the champ from last year, the champ himself in the JZX 100, Team Weld, coming through, going against Tetsuya Hibino, who's in 2nd place currently this year in the point standing in his 4-rotor twin-turbo Liberty Walk S15.
That's a lot of words to say.
But I've said it all day because look where they're at in the bracket. So it's kind of second nature at this point. And
yeah, that's kind of cool though. Like the announcer Jared in the U.S., he has a lot of it memorized. I mean, because a lot of the teams have been around for a while. So it just kind of comes out like his first language. But number one for you, it's your second language, Japanese names. And we've been around for what? You've been around the commentating for what, a year?
Yeah, this is second season, but last year obviously we had a short season due to some of the shortfalls.
Yeah.
COVID preventing us to.
So I just want to say you're doing a good job.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
thank you
you're
very
doing
much.
a good job. And another shout out to the Formula Drift USA family out there. We miss you guys and wish we can see you guys as soon as possible. And don't forget that Irwindale Speedway, which is the season finals, is in about 2 weeks. So make sure you tune in. If you got tickets, go watch it. Go spectate it. Go watch it live.
They even have some wild crowds out there, so awesome to see that. Awesome to see the spectators, but at the same time, the live spectators are all out there too. So definitely looking forward to that and seeing how those cars perform out in Irwindale. But here they are right here. Yamasha's pulling up right now. He'll be in the lead position here, while Hibino is going to be on the chase. Appreciate that, guys, for the love, for the good job. But if you watched last year and compare me to this year, I think there's been a little bit of
progression because he was
still
he
messing
back
names
then
up.
And still stinks now. No, just kidding.
There's some progression going on. So yes, it's not as cringing as it was before. So here we are. They're both lined up, ready to go. This is going to be an insane battle because you got your number 1 and number 2 points leaders for the season. Hibino is banking on getting this, so he has a better chance and a better fight for that lead position because they got one more battle going, or one more event coming up, which is Fuji. So we'll see here how they're going to go.
Yeah, I think if Yamashita wins here, he might be crowned the champion already.
Don't say that. But yes, you're probably right.
Just saying.
But here they are right here. Yamashita in the lead, Hibino in the chase. Let's see how they're going to do it. Got the fans standing up, ready to see these two battle it out. And look at this, Yamashita coming into outer zone 1. Let's see him fill all of outer zone 1. And there he is right there. Hibino washing out a little bit right there. Let's see if he can gain himself back. Definitely cheated himself on that touch and go. But look at that. Yamashita just laying down a solid lead run for Hibino. And Hibino struggling to keep that close proximity to him.
Yeah, the outside zone 1, it looked like Yamashita came in way too hot, and he did wash out 2 tires, and it was a deep 2 tires. And at the same time, Hibino washes out as well, and I don't even know, I can't even see if that's 2 tires or 3 tires, and Hibino does not make it out to the touch and go at all, and tries to play catch up at outside zone 3, and he is doing everything he can. But Yamashita is just blazing away on the track. Oh, let's go ahead and check this out. I want to see how deep both of the drivers were out on outside zone 1. Ooh. That front left looked very questionable, but man, I cannot.
So we'll see here. You're wondering why the drones are so high. They're trying to capture this massive track layout that they have out here in Okayama International Circuit. So this is round 5 right here, the final run right here for the 2021 Formula Drift Japan Okayama International Circuit race. Here it is right here. Hibino's going to be in the lead this time. Yamashita is going to be in the chase. Yamashita just threw down a pretty solid lead run. Let's see if Hibino's going to do the same and see if Yamashita can get that close proximity to him throughout this course. But here they are. Could be the final run of the day. And here they are. Hibino right there kicking that insane angle. He likes Yamashita right here trying to close that proximity into outer zone 1. And look at that. Hibino riding that fine line all the way around. Nice touch and go. Yamashita closing it in right here to outer zone 3. Look at that right there. The champ himself pushing the limits of that car, coming into the inside clip and finishing really strong, taking that inside clip pylon out.
Wow.
You can hear the clapping in the background. A beautiful performance by these drivers.
Yeah, I like to see, you know, they want to save the best till the last, and here you go, because that was a very, very impressive lead run by Hibino, and that was some close proximity and a lot of pressure onto Hibino by Yamashita, and that was a lot of smoke that Yamashita drove through, and look at this, does not let Hibino go.
Right there the whole way.
Does not let him go.
Man, that was an insane battle right there between the two. Man, I know this fan and these crowd out here would love to see this over and over and over. But we'll have to see what these judges have to say. Yeah, Yamashita definitely kept that pressure on Hibino the whole way.
Yeah, so that's it. We have a verdict.
The drum roll. So while we get these vehicles pulled up and everything, just remember alongside, so we also have round 6 of the FDJ series coming up in Fuji in November, so stay tuned to that. But you know what, before we get to any more of that stuff, go ahead and check out these commercials by the sponsors, and we'll see you right after.
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Moti. The brightness called brilliant. blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ねあ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしようセブンセブンセブンやる横浜やる
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Motorsports.
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
Hello and welcome to. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Right now we are waiting for the vehicles to arrive to give you guys the results here for the round 5 of Formula Drift Japan Okayama International Circuit 2021 series. We are here at Okayama Prefecture. You probably already know this because you guys have been watching this for a while now, right?
Yes, and hands down, it's been a beautiful weekend. We can't ask for anything better. We've suffered with some severe weather in the past, but looks like our season has made a turn for the better for us.
Yeah. So for those of you who just joined us, spoiler alert, because we are about to call out who made the top 3. If you don't want to find out, just turn your computer off or just go all the way back and rewatch this from the beginning.
Exactly, but there was some insane tandem battles today. The top 16 was insane. Here you go right here. Tetsuya Hibino's rolling up. You can see the little damage that he sustained from outer zone 3, but he definitely put it all out there. Reminds me a little bit about last race at Okuibuki, how he literally put it all out there, his body kit and all, out on the line and out on the course. But there you go, you got Yamashita and you got Shinji Minowa rolling up also. Beautiful performance by these drivers today and a beautiful track. Look at this.
Yeah, awesome job by these drivers and all the three gentlemen, and also a great job by all the drivers and teams that we had today, and also the track workers at Okayama and the crew. There you are. That is Yamashita's car currently leading the championship. You know what's funny? Our top three here
is the top three in the points running.
Yeah, our top three right here is 1, 2, 3 of the points ranking right now.
So there you are. You got a JZX90, JZX100, and S15 in the final right here for podium.
Man, I just have to say I appreciate whoever is watching us from above for the great weather we have, because I know the three gentlemen that are here right now are appreciating it too. They're able to show you guys and perform a smoke show. It was really, really thick. It was really, really thick this weekend. But yeah, let's go ahead and go on and move on to presenting the top three and our podium winners of this round.
So taking on third, this gentleman actually podiumed first last round at Okubuki right here, number 90, with Heyman, TM Labo, Cylone Tires, and the JZX90, Shinji Minowa!
Great job by Minowa. That's 2 podiums in a row. He coming off of a win from Okubuki. Very nice job and a very exciting tandem and driving that he had all weekend.
But let's get this drum roll for who took this right here for the championship, or for the number 1 seat right here.
All right, so the last battle was between Yamashita and Hibino. The winner of the round 5 of Formula Drift Japan here at Okayama International Circuit is going to the driver that drove the Team Well JZX 100 Mark II. Car number 8, Koichi Yamashita gets the win. He is your champion here at Okayama Circuit for the round 5 of Formula Drift Japan. Congratulations.
And pulling off second right there with a phenomenal performance in his Liberty Walk S15, number 4, Tetsuya Hibino, taking second place today and moving on.
Congratulations to these 2 drivers. Man, but that was some crazy angle.
But so the thing is right now, if you look at the point standings, you got first is going to be Koichi Yamashita, Hibino is going to be in second, and Minowa is in third, and that's how it rolled out here. So it's kind of weird to see that how it all played out.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they're the point ranking, highest point rankers in the series right now. All right, so let me go ahead and ask Yamashita. He's unstoppable right now. Let me see how he feels. Yamashita 選手おめでとうございます。ですね、もうランキング1位で、ここにこのラウンドに入ってきて、でまた一番てっぺんに立てました。今の気持ちを教えてください。
ものすごく最高の気持ちです。皆さんありがとうございます。このお客さんの前で見せれたことは非常に嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。この岡山国際サーキットでいろんなことがありました、僕。で、去年シリーズチャンピオン取らせていただいて、で、最後は、戦えなかったんですけど、今回こういう形で3日間気持ちいい、天候の中、そしてお客さんの前でいいものが見せられたことはものすごく僕にとっても嬉しいです。すいません。本当にチームのみんなで、僕を支えてくれてる妻、すごい理解力あって、そしてチームのみんなも楽しく走らせて僕をくれてて、そして 僕を全てをサポートしてくれてる皆さん、そしてお客さん、応援してくれてる皆さん、本当にありがとうございます。そして最高のタイヤを履かせていただいて、バリノ様、ものすごくいいパフォーマンスを出せてこれてました。今年1年本当に感謝してます。本当に全てのみんなに感謝したいです。スタッフ、 FDJ スタッフの方々、そして岡山国際サーキットの皆様、本当温かい拍手だったり、そういうものが本当に僕たち選手ものすごく嬉しいです。本当お客さんのこの前でこういうものが見せれたことが本当に良かったと思ってます。すいません、なんか昨日聞いたことが言えなくて本当にありがとうございます。すいません、長くなってしまって。やったありがとうございました。
本当におめでとうございます。So he says he feels really good, and obviously he wants to thank everyone around him, and he's really happy that he was able to pull this off in front of spectators. And he said here at Okayama, a lot happened previously, but now, you know, he's able to get the championship again. It was a hard 3 days, hard-fought 3 days, but he was able to do this in front of all the fans, spectators, and he's really happy. Got really emotional about it, and he would like to thank his team, his wife, and he wants to thank everybody that supports him, each and every one of you guys. And he just wants to thank everyone that are here, everyone that works here at Okayama Circuit, all the staff, former Drift Japan staff. Pretty much he is just out of words because he's really happy. He says, you know, excuse me for getting emotional, but yeah, I think he proved himself. Great driving all year, and yeah, this is a well-deserved win for him. So I would like to congratulate him too. So great job. All right, so let me go ahead and move on to the second place podium driver, Hibino, driving the LB Racing S15. All right, so 2位の日比野選手、おめでとうございます。で、2戦連続の表彰台です。今の気持ちをお聞かせください。
ありがとうございました。今回 LB レーシングの応援がすごく多くて、走ってる最中も見えてましたよ。はい、見えてました。はい。で、その応援をやっぱり皆さんそれぞれファンがいると思うんで、それぐらいファンの、ね、選手にもっと応援してあげてほしいなっていうふうに思います。僕たち LB レーシングって本当に今年立ち上げたばっかなんですけど、ものすごく団結力があったりとか、影響力があるんですよ。だからそれで応援団がもっと増えているって感じするんで、もっともっとね、皆さんも現地に来てもらった方が絶対にね楽しいと思うんで、このライブ見てる人ももちろんそうなんですけど、このドリフトっていうのはやっぱり現地で迫力あるものを見て楽しんでもらいたいなというふうに思うんで、今回すごくいい追走が見れたと思うんで、またもっと好きになってほしいなと思うし、で富士まだもう一戦あるんで、現地に見に来てほしいなというふうに思います。2位でダメですか？2位でダメですか？いや、結構頑張って2位でした。もう車ボロボロになってすいません。山下さん潰しますから。そうですね。やっぱりもう2位まで来たんで、優勝目指して頑張ります。応援してください。ありがとうございました。やるぞ。
All right, that was a great interview, and he would like to thank everyone and all the fans, and also the supporters, the LB family. He has a lot of supporters out here supporting him and cheering him on. And obviously, he said he heard everyone and he saw everyone as he was driving. So pretty interesting. And also, he said, they'll be racing in the crew. They have a lot of heart into this, and the main goal they have is to make everyone happy, everyone who are watching happy, and also want to keep drifting fun, and he thinks that, keeping drifting as exciting as it is the goal that they have, and they're all one team. So he said he wants to come back and fight harder at Fuji as well. And his team owner, Mr. Kato, said, next time you could get first. Hibino said, 2 seconds not good enough? So he's like, no, let's get first. So he's like, excuse me, Mr. Yamashita, next time we're going to win. So now they're going to have to do a revenge match at Fuji. So I think the whole drifting fun part of it and being dynamic on the track, I think it really shows because the car looks exciting, and also Hibino's driving matches it really, really well. So I'd like to congratulate the team. おめでとうございます。All right, now last but not least, the third position on the podium, third place, the third place winner. The third place driver, excuse me, is Shinji Minowa. Congratulations. 日比野選手同様なんですが、前回、優勝、今回3位だったんですが、2戦連続で、表彰台立てたこと、今どんな気持ちでしょう？
はい。俺が箕輪だ。ちょっと違いましたね。すいません。もうちょっとね、2人がいいこと言い過ぎたんで、僕、この後言ってもあれなんですけど、やっぱ久しぶりにお客さんの前で走れて、ものすごい楽しくて、やっぱお客さんの声援があると、選手のみんなも盛り上がるんで、シリーズチャンピオンは山下選手に決まってしまったんですけど、富士、僕と日比野選手の2位争いがまだ残ってるんで、ぜひぜひ現地に見に来ていただいて、また生でドリフトを見ていただけたらなと思います。スポンサーの皆様やファンの皆様、本当家族とか、ちょっと2戦連続で表彰台上がれたのは本当皆さんのおかげだと思ってるので、本当にすいません、ありがとうございます。また次戦も頑張りますんで、皆さん応援よろしくお願いします。
おめでとうございます。So he said, I'm Minowa. He wanted to make a statement, but he would like all the fans, and he said it's a great feeling to be able to do this in front of the live audience. And obviously, I think the series is basically the champion is right there in the middle. I think he is going to be the winner. I'm not sure yet. We haven't tallied the scores up yet, but I think Yamashita might have took the series as of now before the series is ending. But Minowa says we still have the second place where everybody's gunning for second place, so he's after it. And he said, please come out to Fuji. Please enjoy it. We still have one more round. It's going to be exciting regardless if the championship race is there or not. And he would like to thank all his sponsors, and he will do his best at the next round, and he would like to thank everybody out here. So, おめでとうございます。All right, so I think I'm going to have to go back and, like I said, tally up the scores to see if Yamashita already is a champion or not. But it doesn't matter because every round, even if there is a champion or that won the series or not, it's still going to be a lot of exciting driving. And I think a lot of the other drivers, like Minowa said, everybody's going to be gunning for the second place spot. And I'm pretty sure that Hibino is going to try to defend that spot too. So they're going to be coming in with like full swinging at Fuji. So it's going to be an exciting round because it is another high-speed course just like here.
Exactly, and that's another thing. It's bragging rights too. Bragging rights to say that they won this part of the series or this course of the series or this round of the series or whatever you want to say. But yeah, like he was saying, big thing is round 6 at Fuji's November 12th and 13th. So please try to make it out there if you can, if you're in the area. Hopefully we'll have full-on spectators and not just limited spectators. But speaking of spectators, thank you all out there that showed up today. I know Robbie can go ahead and translate that. We do appreciate it. These drivers appreciate it. We're ready to see more spectators and more liveliness at these events.
Yeah, and everybody watching the live, let me go ahead and translate this, what Kenny wanted to say. And 今英語の放送なんですけど、本当自分もケニーも日本語の放送をしているサエバさんも、谷口選手も、陽一君も多分今来ていただいているこんな中ね来ていただいている日本のファンの皆様、 ね、足を運んでいただいて本当に本当に、ありがとうございます。自分たちもこうやってね、ドライバーとかと一緒に、皆さんの前でこういうふうに、これをFD ジャパンを披露できることを本当に誇りに思ってますし、本当に嬉しく思いますので、ぜひ富士のラウンドも、来ていただければいいかなと思うんですが、Let me go ahead and translate that. That's exactly what Kenny was telling everyone out here, because I'm on the PA right now, so he wanted to do a shout out to the fans that are actually here too for sticking around, and also for you guys, wherever you guys are at all over the world. Thank you so much for watching this, and make sure that you have your calendars
set for
marked. Yeah, make sure you watch or go and visit Irwindale Speedway in 2 weeks, and also next month, I think it's like the second week, or you're going to have to go online and check, but for FD Japan, the round,
FDJ,
last round.
Like I said, November 12th and 13th, that's the last round, round 6 at Fuji. So once again, thanks again to all you viewers out there. There are the winners right there, first, second, and third.
Yeah, that's just a lot of exciting driving. And like I said, maybe the series winner might be Yamashita, and most likely it is because of the points. But even if we're not chasing, or if we're not watching the drivers chase the championship, it's still going to be a fun event to go to because, I mean, it's Fuji Speedway. It's an international track.
Exactly.
That place is beautiful. I'm excited to go. And you know what? I'm more happier because it's only an hour and a half away from my house.
Yeah, let's drive right there. So, yeah, most definitely. And then come check out the vendors booth, too. I mean, our vendors are out here representing, showing their love, so congratulations to these drivers. Thank you all out there for viewing, especially. And, you know, like I said, we do view what you guys are saying in these comments, so we do appreciate it.
Yeah, we can't get back to you, but don't give up. Just keep it coming. Really appreciate it. And I'm happy to be able to work with the community that I work with right now, because we have a very strong relationship with all the drivers and the teams and the fans. This is a great feeling to have, especially now because of the whole COVID mess. Everything has been downhill, but let's all work forward to work really hard to go forward. So we're going to climb this uphill battle, and we're going to make it through. And now we're going to be able to see more spectators from all over the world visiting the U.S. FD, FD Japan, maybe even going to the tracks, and maybe we'll see you at the track too.
Yes, and before, we get shut out here, one last huge big shout out is to the Okayama International Circuit staff for taking care of the track, taking care of the crashes, making sure that these drivers were safe throughout the time that they were out here, and for the facilities that they provided for us with lodging and for food and everything that they provided for the pits. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Kenny, and thank you for joining us, guys, and see you at the next round.
Yokohama のアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。